Please. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Dude.
100% of, right,
110%
is 11.
more. No. You're trying to see, this is why I don't think you're an economics major. You're saying if I produced 110% more than I currently produce, I have 10.
Okay, that to me,
I produce 11 more.
Dude,
that
I understand what you're
21.
trying to say. I understand what you're trying to say, right? But in this scenario, right, if they double, we would not be able to achieve 1.5% or 1.5
That is
degrees
exactly
Celsius.
what they meant.
No, it is not. No, it is not. We would not be able to achieve that. Okay,
Hey,
and that's why
okay,
right
we're
after
gonna
it literally
go back
says
to grade school.
no,
real
no, no.
quick. If
Listen,
I
you're not
told
understanding.
you,
Let me finish.
10,
Let me finish.
If I told
can
you
not,
you
let
had
me
a
finish,
number
please?
10,
Can you let me finish, Jake? Jake, let
Parker,
me finish, please.
you were wrong on this, and you just
Jake, let me
talk
finish.
about it.
Can I finish,
Go
please?
Good, Parker.
Okay, that's why in the article it literally references 69% more, right? Much would be 2 degrees Celsius. Okay.
Thank you, chat, for everybody who's typing 21. Parker has an economics or soon-to-be economics degree and doesn't understand that in production, if I produce a product, right, that's my 100%. If I produce 100%, and then I take 110% more than I produce today, I now have double the production. That is 101 economics. If I have one product and I produce 110% more of it, I now have double the product. I have multiplied my product by 2. I have now gone from 1 to 2. If you were in grade school and somebody said 1 more than 10, you would have 11. Why? Because you added more.
Shannon, I appreciate that. I appreciate the $1. Thank you so much.
110% of 10 is 11. And if I'm producing 11 more than the 10 I already have, I'm producing 21.
If you would compare it to a ratio, I appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much. What is 110% as a ratio? Can you please tell me?
I don't need to get into a ratio. Do you know why?
It's going to be 1.1,
I've already proven
right?
my point. Yes,
Jake,
1.1 times.
Jake,
Thank you.
1.1.
So
okay, so now can you do 10? Can you do 10 times 1.1, please?
Listen, you are reverse engineering the math inappropriately.
I'm not.
Your
Can you just answer the question?
Professors should really watch your live.
Stop gaslighting me.
I really believe
Stop
they should watch
gaslighting
your
me.
live.
Stop gaslighting
I'm
me.
not gaslighting you. I'm
Stop
telling
gaslighting
you,
me.
if I have
Engage with my question. Can you please engage with my question?
10,000 barrels and I make 110% more tomorrow than I do today, how many barrels do I have? If I make 10,000 barrels today,
Jake,
Parker, answer my question because you're.
I will answer all your questions, and I have answered all your questions.
Backwards.
You're just being disingenuous right now because you're not answering my questions.
I'm not being disingenuous.
You
are
I asked
an
you a
economics
question.
major.
Jake,
I have
I asked you a question.
100,000 barrels to.
You're being disingenuous. You're being extremely disingenuous. I asked you a question, and you're not answering the question. As a ratio, what is 110%?
It doesn't matter what the ratio is.
Can you please just tell me?
It doesn't matter what the ratio is.
Thank you so much.
You need to do the ratio.
You're being insufferable. Okay.
It's not insufferable.
Please. Yes, you are. Parker, can you please tell me what the ratio is for?
No,
110%?
I want you to answer, Parker. If I have 1,000
tell me what the ratio
today,
is for 110%.
Okay,
I want you to tell me.
I'll do an easier number.
Lori, I appreciate I appreciate the $10 on Venmo, and Nicholas, thank you for the $11 on Venmo. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Jake, can you please answer my question?
No, I don't need to because we're not talking about a ratio
First
here.
Amendment. I appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
This is not a ratio. This is not a ratios issue.
This would be comparative to yes, it would. It would be comparative to
listen,
a ratio. Yes.
I really hope you. I'm serious. I really hope you're joking right now.
I'm not joking.
You're trying to make this problem a ratios problem, which is
it is a ratio.
not applicable.
It's so that you can do the math.
Applicable.
Jake, it's so that you can do the math. It's so that you can do the math.
not applicable.
Because it's easier for you to understand that.
My 14-year-old son could do the math. I'm telling you, it's not applicable. This is not a ratio. If I have a product, if I make 1,000 of something, and tomorrow I make 110% more than I did today, Parker, how much more did I make the next day, and what total amount did I make the next day? Answer the question.
I didn't listen to the number, right? It's 1.1x.
I have 1,000 today, Tomorrow, I'm
1100.
making 110% more than I did today.
11.
What does that equal?
11.
It does not equal 11. If
we're talking in
1,000
terms of a
today,
1.1 ratio, okay?
no. Okay, I'm sorry.
Because you're
Chat,
changing
if
the
you guys-
wording.
I'm
You're
sorry.
changing the wording.
I'm not.
'Cause,
I'm
Jake,
not
you're
changing
changing
the
wording.
wording.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I am increasing my production by 110%. That means I will still have the
That's
original
different.
1,000 that I
Dude,
make,
increasing your
and I
production
am
this much.
going to increase
You're
that
not listening.
production tomorrow. My workers will make the
Dude,
same
increasing
amount they
production
make
and
today.
this much more is two different things. It's two. You have two separate questions.
Chat,
Listen, I want you to listen
chat,
for a second.
I'm really
okay?
sorry. You should look at your own
Leslie, I
chat.
appreciate the $5 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I'm not wrong.
If I have, I'll make it simple.
Can I please?
10.
Can I? You're literally
If
not
I have
engaging.
10
with me.
apples today, if my tree made 10 apples today, and tomorrow it makes 100% more than it did today, on top of what it's already producing, if it made 110% more, I would go from 10 to how many tomorrow? How many apples would I have
I'm
tomorrow?
not answering your question anymore, Jake, because you're not answering any of mine. Okay? And I appreciate the handout. Thank you so much, Poopet. I'm sick of you trying to divert and pivot away
It's
from
not-
answering any of
that's
my
not what I'm
questions,
doing.
Jake. And if you
It's
don't
very
answer my
fair.
question in this scenario, I'm gonna go on to the next person. I have no issue
You
with
will go to
admitting
the
I'm
next
wrong in a
person
scenario
because
in
the
which
answer is
I have no issue. I have no issue with admitting I'm wrong in a situation in which I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong in this scenario, and you're not even engaging with this particular scenario insofar as that I can do that.
I am.
Okay?
Even
Can you
the
tell me,
chat,
Jake?
there are
Jake,
so many
please
people in the
stop.
chat
Please
saying
stop.
the same thing.
I don't care if the chat is saying
You're gonna
whatever.
drop me because you're upset.
I don't care.
And
Jake,
that's
no,
fine.
it's because you're not
That's
able to
totally fine.
engage with
I
what I'm
paid you
saying.
your money. I paid you
You're
your
not-
money. You've got your Cash App. It's all good. Whatever.
Jake,
what
Jake,
I'm telling you,
you
is
quite literally are not letting me engage with this. Okay, I
Because you're
understand that you
trying-
disagree
you're
with me.
trying to say
I
that it's a
understand that you
ratio
disagree with me, and if
issue.
you disagree with me, let's go through it. And if I'm wrong,
It's not that
I'm
I
wrong.
disagree
Okay?
with you.
Please,
It's that
please
math
stop talking.
disagrees with you.
Please stop, Jake. I'm gonna mute you if you don't stop talking. Can you please stop? Okay. If
You
I'm
can
wrong,
mute me.
well then, if I'm
We're
wrong,
headed to
well
the
then
war
you'll easily
zone.
be able to
Get
prove that
geared
I'm wrong.
up and
We'll go
stand
through it.
by.
If I'm wrong,
I just
fine
did.
with admitting that I'm wrong. That's completely okay. Okay. Now, in this particular scenario, clearly of this scenario, if we are talking of it in terms of ratios, so you can
Enemy
understand
soldier
as it
incoming.
relates to a multiplication problem, right? Again, right, 110% is what as a ratio?
1.1.
Now, can you do 10 times?
I told you
Let me
this
please
is not an
finish.
issue.
Can you do?
It's not a
Can you
ratio
do 10 times 1.1?
Yes.
What is that?
I can do basic math, Parker. I graduated high school.
Jake,
For goodness
Jake,
sakes, I
what is
graduated
that?
college. You haven't even graduated college yet. I know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, this is not a ratios issue. Ratios don't. Okay, let me just ask you this real quick. If you own a business, Parker, okay, and you produce a product, are you telling me when you go to sit down and look at your
Playtime's
production,
over.
are you
Stand
gonna
by for
say, hey
deployment
guys,
to the war zone.
what's my ratio of production between today and yesterday? Is that what you're going to ask them?
I want that
Did
bird
I-
ready in 3
Did I make
mics.
a good
Relay
enough
those
ratio
coordinates.
of extra production today? Is that
Things
what you're
all
going to
here.
ask?
Yeah, you might compare the ratios.
Word
of
came
production
No,
to
down.
what
We are
they
green
were
to
producing
go.
as a
Gear
percentage
up,
of what
grab
you
your
are now.
chutes. We're going to the
Appreciate
war.
the roses. Thank you so much.
What-
Wait, why? How
what
can
you
that
would
not be
do is you would
applicable?
say,
Obviously,
What is my percentage? What is my percentage?
obviously. Wait.
increase?
You understand that? What are ratio? Can you tell me what a ratio is?
Yes, Parker, I can tell you what a ratio is, and you're trying to deflect from the
I'm
problem.
not
here.
deflecting.
You are deflecting. You're trying to go to the one piece of information that you have a good understanding of because you don't understand that you're wrong with the rest of this
A
problem.
ratio is just another form of
Silence
percentages.
is
strength.
If I make 1,000 today, Parker, and I do 110%
Jake,
more today,
Oh, wait, my brain's gonna go crazy, dude. Right? Just
your,
okay.
your brain's gonna
Can
go
you
crazy.
tell me?
because
Can you
it's
please
got him
answer the
out.
grade
question
school
of?
math.
Yeah, if it's such grade school
You
math, then we
make
wouldn't
it
have
look
this much of an
easy.
issue right now.
It's
okay?
such grade school
As it
math
relates
that
to
the
this.
chat continues to put the answer in there.
Jake,
and you
I
won't
understand the
even
chat
look.
disagrees. I understand there are people in the chat that disagree with me. Right? They might
Yes,
have the
I'm
same
sorry
understanding.
That there's people who don't understand
Outclassed and outmatched.
basic math. But if I have
And
1,000,
I like how
and
it's
I make
ironic how in
1,000
this
for the
particular
next day, I have 2,100. It's that simple. It's a very simple problem. And you
Follow
want
my
to
lead.
make this about ratios.
Hang
it's
on,
not.
I gotcha.
it is about ratios.
It's not about ratios
What
because
is
at
a
the end of
ratio?
the day, I'm not going to
Jake,
say
can you
Hang on,
answer
I
the
got
question,
you.
Jake? Answer the question.
1.1% better today.
Can you tell me what a ratio is?
Yes, I know what a ratio is, and I'm not going to stoop to that ridiculous level of giving you a definition on the quantities of this versus what my increase in quantities is of the next number. I understand what the ratio is. What I'm saying is you are misapplying using a ratio for this problem.
How?
It would be like saying a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and you're trying to say, yeah, but what was the ratio? That's what you're doing. You're trying to insert ratios when it doesn't apply to this problem. It's period. It doesn't. And I'm not being immature.
Ratio
I'm
relates to
trying tell
percentages.
you, as an economics major, I
Makes no sense.
assume.
And
I
now
assume
you're gonna
go
gaslight
into
me, dude.
business. I assume you're
Oh
gonna
my
go into
god.
business.
Oh my god, dude. Again, if you're talking about ratios, right, are describing what the percentage is in this particular scenario. If you have a particular percent, well, then you're also going to be able to derive a ratio. Okay. So again, right,
Yes,
as
but that ratio is not the number you want to look for, because the ratio just tells you, hey, I made X amount more, right? I made a multiplicative of more than what I made before. But the actual product is the problem. You need to know how much more product you have. If I had 1,000 today and I made 110% more than what I did today, I would have double what I made
Mr.
yesterday.
Cap, thank you so much. Okay.
I
So
would double my production from day over day. If I had 1,000 today and I still made that 1,000 tomorrow, right? I'm steady Betty. And then I said, okay, guys, we're going to make 110% more than we did today. I instantly would go up to double my production. Whether that ratio is 1.1 or not, I still doubled my production.
oh, and by the way, people are bringing to my determination because you're adding the word. So as it relates to this, I appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. They're saying than the standard that would allow for us to reach 1.5 degrees Celsius. So this isn't in terms of right what it was prior. This is in terms of right the comparing it to the standard of,
I'll let you go read the article.
hitting 1.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, that's
I'll let you read the article later. The article is very clear that the 151 nations have an agreement that they would only make a certain amount.
Did you
because
hear what I said though? Can you
I
wait,
heard
Jake?
what
If
you
you
said.
can't tell me what I just said right now, I'm done with this. Okay?
I heard
Can you
what
tell
you
me what I
said.
just said?
That it's a 60.
What did I
you're
say?
saying that- You're saying that originally it was 67%. It's going up to 110%,
No.
and that differentiation
No.
is 1.5
No,
degrees
no,
Celsius.
he didn't listen. He didn't listen again. He didn't listen again.
Okay.
So I
Just-
said the
Just take me off stage.
110%.
I honestly, I'm
Listen,
being
Jake.
dead serious with you. I think you're smart, and I think that you're gonna go far in life.
You
and
didn't
really-
listen. You didn't listen to what I
and
said.
really-
Jake.
Use this
and I
time
really
for
mean
some
that.
target
I
practice.
think that at some
Real
point,
things coming soon.
you're gonna have. I had this problem when I was younger. So I can admit if I'm wrong or right. Right? I've had to learn that the hard way. I'm telling you, if I have an increase of 110%, I'm
Psychic, I
double.
appreciate
Enemies
Galaxy.
are
Thank you so
dropping
much.
into
I
the
appreciate
area.
it.
Watch
No,
the skies.
Jake, stop talking. You're not listening. You misunderstood what I was
I
saying.
know you got the power right now.
Jake, I'm not even muting you right now. I'm being so nice to you. Jake, just please listen to what I'm saying real quick, okay? I'm being way too patient with you. I'm not muting you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you're still not letting me engage, okay? You are being totally insufferable. Regardless of whether or not you're right or wrong in this area. Please let me finish my statement. Please let me finish my statement, right? Regardless of whether or not I'm right or wrong in this area, you are being totally insufferable, okay?
I'm not.
Right.
I'm actually.
Please listen to what I'm saying. Stop talking, okay? I'm done, Jake.
All
If you cut me off
stations,
one
this
more
is
time, I
Shadow
am gonna go into the
01.
next one.
Deployment to the
Go
war
ahead.
zone
I
has been
actually think I know
authorized.
what school you go to, so I'll figure
Okay,
it
cool. You know what school I go to.
Yeah, I actually
Here.
proved it. I proved it. And I like I said,
course you did.
I think that you're being intellectually.
Can I just please talk?
I
And
think
of course you
you're
doxed me,
being.
by the way. You literally went to go fucking look up my school because I
I
annoyed
didn't
you so much in the
dox you.
context of the conversation.
I haven't
That is
told
weird as
anybody
fuck.
where you.
Jake,
I
I meant doxing and
Resurgence.
look up my information.
Survive and your
Doxing-
team
hit
can
this LZ
redeploy.
first.
Eliminate targets to bring them back faster. Your team leader.
But
Set a drop point for your squad,
Go
soldier.
search that TikTok conversation. That's crazy. Okay.
I
I'm
went
not
to
gonna
search
search
because
up
I really.
Enemies dropping into the AO.
and what jobs you have because of TikTok. Okay. That's crazy. Now can I please finish my point here? Don't let me finish. I am
Yeah, go ahead.
being unbelievable. Okay. 110% is related to right the 1.5 degrees Celsius standard. Okay. So in accordance of reaching the 1.5 degrees Celsius, if we keep current production, government is on track to be at 110% more than that.
That's not what it says.
That's what it says.
That's not what it says. It just doesn't. It says that nations currently are producing enough, or were producing enough, and they agreed that they would not produce so much that they would increase 1.5 degrees Celsius. And I'm sorry that you are not reading that article the
No,
right way.
I literally read it multiple times.
Okay.
I read it multiple times.
You're not
I
reading
said
it
it on
right.
the live. I am reading it correctly.
You're not. I
am.
tell you.
I am. That's literally what it says.
Got a custom weapon here.
Like I said, I'm sorry. If
So
that's what you
regardless of what you
great,
think about the
I can see
percentage
your mind,
thing,
but
right? You're not understanding what it gets in comparison to. Kirsten, thank you so much for the $6.66 on Venmo.
I
Thank you so much.
understand that it's
Because your
saying-
original point is that we in the United States right now can double our oil production in an economically efficient way.
we can.
In 4 years.
That's provable. We can.
In 4 years. In 4
Yes.
years.
We can.
Again, I don't think that's going to be something that's true.
And again, and so when you said that, when you made your claim that you don't think it's true, and I know you don't think that, I went and pulled an article, and I pulled a left-leaning article, just to be fair. I pulled a left-leaning article that says very plainly, very
No, I don't want to go over the same point, Jake. You just
that
went over
they
this. and I just-
believe
Mark
we're
on you.
already 8% below where we were
Council
previously, and that U.S. producers could massively
Squad mates redeploying. Well done.
enough that it would massively reduce the spikes in pricing.
You're now
Whatever
referencing
number
a
you want
different
to assign
article.
to that,
You're now
I'm not
referencing a different
condescending.
article
Because
where you're talking
were
about
trying to
CNN. Hey, Jake, you're now referencing a different article where you're talking about the CNN situation.
Kill confirmed, and we located the rest of them.
Failed to give me the mechanisms that it said that we're able to do that. Again, in
The
terms of the
mechanism.
massive.
Gas is moving.
Is that U.S. oil producers have stated they can increase oil production in a very big way due to new technology. I even pointed out.
There's the issue. There's your issue. Due to new technology. Technology isn't applicable yet. Okay.
Yes,
So
it
if there is a technological advance, I agree there can be more production of oil, Jake. But you
This is
need
called
the
a nexus
you need the no,
marker.
this is called being
Move to the
disingenuous,
safe
okay?
zone.
Right. You need technology to be able to have this type of massive decrease in prices. Stop talking. In order to have this massive decrease in prices. Okay? Hey, Jake, if you keep talking, I'm just gonna keep you off. You're being ridiculous. Okay? Unmute yourself one more time and you're gonna see what happens. Okay? Stop. Okay?
Or kick me. See what happened.
Yeah, I am gonna kick you. I am gonna kick you. Right? Because you're being overwhelmingly ridiculous. Overwhelmingly ridiculous. Katie, I appreciate the $3.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
That's ridiculous. We're just gonna go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Everyone, my brain, bro. Actually wild. The next individual.
Got a loadout drop
Moving.
inbound.
Hostile located. Move. Enemy marked.
I don't know why it's so difficult to have a conversation legitimately. I don't know why. Yeah. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hostile located.
Enemy marked.
Hello? Alright, let's get the next individual. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for
Heli marked.
Appreciate the handout, thank you so much. The next individual, everyone, please only send a guest request if you will. What's up? How old are you?
Hey Parker, I'm 25.
Yeah, I appreciate the confetti. Thank you so much.
I think for me it is going to depend a little bit on who the VPs are. I know you've talked about, because I mean my biggest point is probably the for Joe Biden. I mean, you brought up
Enemy soldier incoming.
some good points for Trump as well.
Occupation scan. The enemy scanning the area. Keep low or use the water to stay undetected.
Cases where both are unfit, and usually in the videos with Trump, it's him like accidentally walking the wrong way off the stage, not getting lost on the stage. Sometimes where he mispronounces stuff, but it's not like he's slow or slurring his words.
Target's located.
Biden does
Go.
that all the time.
I mean, have you seen,
You got
seen
reinforcements
Trump
inbound.
quite literally, mistook E. Jean Carroll for his ex-wife?
Yeah, I mean, and you can pull up.
Also, like, the stuff that you're relating to with Biden, you quite literally have to stop. That's one thing. Two, as it fit more.
Joe Biden called his wife Joe Biden. He said, "My beautiful wife, Joe Biden." He said, he's done also, they both.
Mispronouncing is fundamentally
Mark it down. Marking the rest of them.
with someone who's sexually abused.
Sure. And I understand you can pull up all the stuff from Trump's past, and you can do the same with Biden. And I heard a guest before bring up the N-word thing, which was a quoting Reagan, I believe. So obviously that, I don't really know if you count that, but he still said it. It was a different time. That's fine. In the mid-2000s, he had the thing where you were talking about Indian Americans. That was the. I was just quoting
You're
what he
losing
said.
ground.
And
Move
then
it.
he said, "You see them at 7-Eleven and Dunkin' Donuts." Like, saying stuff like that is unacceptable. That was the
Enemy soldier
2000s,
incoming.
and then, there's now
Time for
the-
vengeance. You're
you know,
redeploying.
if you don't vote for Biden,
Your squad mate's back on station.
that stuff is just.
Good work.
Yeah. Again,
Get to the safe zone.
they're bad. Right, but comparing this as it relates to Trump sexually abusing someone, right, being a fraudster, right, Trump literally arguing that they're individuals as it relates to people who are coming from Mexico, right, they're sending their rapists or criminals.
Yep,
Some I
seen
assume are
that.
good people.
Down to you,
some
soldier.
being referring
Stay
to a
sharp.
minority of individuals, saying there's very fine people on both sides as it relates to so, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I looked up all of it.
You
and
got
I've seen
reinforcements inbound.
Again, my first point was I think they'll both get impeached. I really don't like Kamala Harris, and I don't like what she's about.
Your squad
Honestly,
mate's
don't like a lot of
redeploying. Well
VPs
done.
that, Trump could potentially. My favorite look at that, and I think
Squad
so
mate's
many,
back
like,
on
he's
station.
come up with a
Where's
bunch of
medical?
conspiracies.
I'm wounded.
So it's like it's very difficult, but I just, if we're talking about mentally unfit, again, I know you can pull up cases for both, but
That could have been
Biden
bad.
literally has trouble putting sentences together and then completely changes what he's talking about mid-sentence.
You're back on station.
And
Go get
but
after
I,
it.
I guess I do think they'll both.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's you're gonna be able to point to percent. That's the case. I don't think that's the case. I don't see how.
Fire sale active. 5-6 prices have been reduced.
Trouble completing sentences. I just see it a lot more prevalent with Biden, and then we look at the most recent with the trial, where they said that he wasn't going to be judged anymore. I don't know the exact lingo for everything, but he wasn't going to be judged anymore because of his inability to
Stand by for
keep
redeployment.
these classified documents safe.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count.
No, but that's where Joe told them to go.
Enemies
right?
dropping
Joe,
into
Joe
the
said
AO.
said that they can go in there without even them having.
It's all on
what's it
you.
called?
Stay alive so your squad can redeploy.
Whereas with Trump, the complete opposite. He tried to like copy them and move them and stuff. Like, so I mean, I don't see any good reason here.
Fire sale's over.
To say
Adjusting
that
prices.
willful intent to keep and retain
got gas moving
with
in.
Trump as we would see with Biden. Like,
Your squad
very
mates
clearly
redeploying.
Trump
Well done.
was willfully retaining them to a greater extent.
I just don't understand how you can look at, like, it seems like every time Biden gets on the stage, there's something gets
Your
messed
squad
up.
made
And
it to the
if you
safe
look at like
zone.
his speeches from the early 2000s and like the late 90s, he is like the way he
got
talked then
reinforcements
from how he
inbound.
talk now is significantly slower, and it's very, very drastic change to where, like I said, I've tried to look up as many as I could on Trump, misspeaking and whatnot, and usually it's mispronunciations. There is a rare occasion like mistaking a person, which obviously that's not good. Biden did it too, but
What's your point? I'm confused what your point was.
I
there.
guess I just don't know how you can look at Joe Biden and say that he is more mentally fit to be in charge of the state than Trump.
Resurgence has been deactivated. This is the end game.
So, here, hold up. Yeah, I'm not saying that like Biden is more mentally fit than Trump is, as it relates to
There
like
are
his
24
ability
enemies
to,
active. Kill 'em all.
What's it called? His ability to like engage cognitively. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that regardless of that, right, it is the case that Trump is overextended, right? And that's plenty of things, right? Trump, we can question his sanity. We can question whether it's him being Delulu. I mean, he legitimately believes the election is stolen. It's a false belief.
Yeah, and I hear you on that. I also do think that there's always some sort of conversation about a fraud in the election. Obviously, he opened it up more than most people, and that's another thing with Trump. And I think social media has a lot to do with it too. But I forgot who you were talking with earlier, but we were talking about how much Trump divided the country, which is I really don't like, because I feel like if everybody was able to put their minds together and
Taking fire.
although I don't think it was all Trump, I think it was the social media not exaggerating, but
Back to 100.
exponentially increasing, all the crazy stuff that he said, and then turning people against each other more. He's probably divided the country more than any president in my lifetime, which obviously is not good. Which you would then say, why would you vote for him? I think it just scares me that
Enemies
Biden
are
is
dropping
mentally
into the
unfit.
area.
I think
Watch the skies.
Trump is also mentally unfit, but I just think he's more coherent than Biden, and I think the vice president options are better.
What about the policies? Alright, like, what about the policies?
So I know
You could say he's again more
Resurgence has
positive.
closed. No more second chances.
So like I know you've brought up. So let's
So the election.
talk about some
You wanna
policy.
reference that?
Sure. Well, I was just going to say, because I know you've talked about the names of all the acts, but the infrastructure. What was that one? You can help me finish. I don't know the names of all these acts, but there was
The infrastructure bill?
that one. And then there was the Inflation
Enemy
Reduction
soldier
Act,
incoming.
and I think there's another one that you talk about. But I think
The CHIPS Act, the PACT Act, the
CHIPS Act, that's the
the
one.
insulin cap.
I think a lot of those, I think honestly they're things that Trump could have done. Now obviously he didn't do them, but I think that is just like a timing thing. I also think when you bring up a lot of statistics,
Copy.
they're
Buy station.
greatly flawed by COVID, and that's not to say that you can use that as the excuse, but I don't think there's a man or woman on the planet that could have fixed,
Gas is closing in. 9 left.
to,
Keep the pressure on.
like when you were talking about the oil numbers. I guess the oil numbers isn't the best example. They did go down a little bit. I don't think you can put that. I think that's quite clearly just he was in a huge, horrible time in history.
Okay, I'm not understanding a lot of stuff. Do you think that
In 2020? No, I don't.
so he lost the election, and you think that he's disputing the results, right?
What? No. No, I never think about. I understand that he brought up that he thought that there was fraud, and like I said, I think there is fraud in every election. But
Gas is
I'm not going to
moving.
make the claim that it is to the point to where he would have won, and I think. There's a little bit of, messing around going both ways for every.
Less than 10, we're still standing. They hit us hard that time. Let's regroup and get back up there, yep.
A fair and democratic election.
Correct.
Doesn't that come at the very basic?
I think that's one instance, but I think a lot of the stuff that he said was very to get a big bang from social media, and again, I think that's a part that I don't like. I guess the only good point that I have to come back to is that I think Biden's mentally unfit, and I think we need to go younger both ways. I don't think Trump or Biden are really our best option. I also looked into RFK. How do you feel about RFK? Right, I know, but I just any like 1 point. So that's just rule them out because
Got
another.
Last chance,
Last
soldier.
a
Kill
lot
or
of
be
the
killed.
different beliefs he had, like
Southern Night Flies.
also concerns to him being practical to even put in office. So there's plenty of things I could relate to with that. But I do think that the vaccination thing is an extremely big thing, as that's like egging on the conspiracists.
yeah, I mean that's a very fair point. I wanted to hear what you thought of him because again, I don't love either of the choices, and I feel like that's how most of us feel. I don't think there's any people that are just they think Biden's the best president ever, right? I think we could probably both agree there.
Yeah, I don't think Biden's the best. I'm definitely not saying that. What I'm saying. So best, he's not best in an idealist sense. But he's best as it relates to this election.
Do you have any like what do you think of any of the VP candidates? Because again, I did they're both
Talking about Kamala, and I don't even know who Trump's is. Is Trump running Pence again?
I got it. From what I heard most recently, Vivek was the highest one that people were talking about, and then what's the other what's that girl's name? Nikki Haley, which I don't like at all. I'd probably I don't even know who I would vote for if she was the VP. But yeah, I don't know a lot of. I've been trying to look more into that because I truthfully believe that both of them could be impeached, whichever one of the two win.
Okay, so I mean, I don't think that it's gonna be a VP anyway. So I mean, I don't think VPs are much, but I mean, if you're relating to the context of Vivek, I mean, there are plenty of things I can disagree with Vivek on. He thinks
Sure.
Trump's one of the best candidates in American history. I mean, he believes that. I mean, as it relates to the climate change, right? That the agenda that we're engaging in is fake, whatever that vague nonsense means, right?
Right.
I mean, I can relate to plenty of things as it relates to the context of Vivek that I would disagree with. Obviously, it's going to be different than what we see with the context of Trump. I mean, Trump's a uniquely bad individual.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Like I said, I'm doing more research myself because I don't like either of these candidates, but and I know they both have really bad histories. I also think it's kind of wrong to reach into like the deep history, like when people talk about the Biden N-word thing. It was 1985. It was a completely different time. And then the Trump sexual abuse allegations were from the 90s, and obviously that came through recently. And then there's the grabber by that. Like, I understand all that stuff too. There's again bad stuff on.
There's also he said it was okay for him to walk into changing rooms of little beauty pageants because he owned the place.
Yeah, again. And
him mocking disabled people, him saying that there were very fine people on both sides when we're relating to the context of Charleston, and when there were white supremacists on that side. When there were
when he quoted that one. I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
Go ahead. No,
I was gonna say when he quoted that one.
Check your gear and weapons.
The question
We'll be
he was
deployed
asked,
shortly.
I believe, was in regards to David Duke. I think his name is correct. The leader of the KKK. Is that correct?
Enemies dropping into the AO.
Wait, say that one
I
time.
believe the question was in regards to because David Duke, I believe, is the leader of the KKK. I believe he said that his group would be supporting of Trump, and the way that he answered so he was questioned about that, and and he just said, I think there's fine people on both sides. I don't
Enemies
think that's
are
a
dropping
great
into
answer.
the
I also
area.
think it's a
Watch
very
the skies.
difficult question to answer.
All stations, green light. We are deploying to the war zone.
But I think it's a tough question to answer.
Appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I want
yeah,
that
if there
bird
was,
ready and
like a
3
bad
mics.
person,
Relay those
like,
coordinates.
supporting me, I'm not gonna. Be like,
Here
yeah,
we
oh my
are.
gosh, yeah. Let me.
Head shit
I don't
gave
know
the
what to say
green
about
light.
them. You know.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, I'm gonna do some more research myself and try to figure it
sure,
out.
man.
Again, I'm kind of lost on the unfit thing, and again, I've tried to look into I looked into the policies and
Which policies do you hold to as it relates to Trump?
well, again, I think technically, if you want to look at like when I was comparing them side by side, I think there's more. There's just a couple more, like you mentioned, the CHIPS Act and the infrastructure and the lowering inflation. I think those were all good things that Biden did. Again, I think those are things that Trump very well could have done, and I think some of those wouldn't necessarily have needed to do under like the inflation wasn't necessarily a huge problem then.
So,
So like, why would he do a reduction act?
no, so the Inflation Reduction Act specifically is meant to like create and provide like supply and whatnot long term. It's for long term supply. That's kind of like what it would relate to. It's not like a cutting off inflation right now. Mainly, what would be done to be able to counteract inflation as it relates to right now. Right now would be like the influencing of the increase of interest rates of the Federal Reserve. Right. So that's just like the name of it. Because it's long term related.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna look into it more. I'll let somebody else come up, but thank you for having me. And
All right, for sure, man.
thank you.
I appreciate it. Let's go to the next individual. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Everyone, do tap that screen. Everyone, let's run it up to 1 million likes. Everyone, if we can. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 45.
Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Nope, not a chance. I actually
Okay, for
wanted
sure.
to ask Jerry a question.
Johnny, I am looking for people who do disagree, but I appreciate you coming up, man.
I'll leave right now. I just want to ask this one thing. The documents case, they all defend Trump, but have any of them asked themselves, why did Donald Trump take those documents? Because in my opinion, if he's taken all those top secret classified documents, he's taking them for a reason. He's going to either sell them or bargain with them for something. That makes him a traitor. And I wanted to ask Jerry that, but I didn't get on time in time. But okay, go ahead. You can let me go.
For sure, man. I appreciate you coming up.
Bye.
All right, let's go to the next individual. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's get to the next individual. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh, we got another person who's asleep, everyone. Let's get the next individual, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all.
The United States of America.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, what's up, buddy? You asking
Yeah,
me?
how old are you? Yeah, you seem old
Oh,
enough.
yeah, I'm
Will you
40,
vote for
I'm
Trump in
44.
2024?
I'm 44, bud. Sorry, I was talking to my son. He's asking me a question. Anyhow, I'm 44.
Yeah, for sure. You vote for Trump in 2024?
Definitely will. Yes.
Oh, why so?
Well, you know, it's been from my view, you know, it's been a rough ride. You know, this last president has really ran a number. At least for me, it's actually gone bad. Cost of living's through the roof. You know, everything is through the roof. That's one reason. I was doing much better when Trump was in office, and that's probably one of the reasons. Now, everything else that's going on with the media and all, I really don't pay attention to that because these guys are just politically attacking each other. Biden, Trump, you know, it's a big show. They're all in on it the way I feel. But honestly, when it comes down to who did a better job and who's going to do a better job, I give it to Trump.
And what makes you think that he would do a better job?
Because he already did a better job. His first 4 years in office, you know, and I'm speaking for myself, you know, because like I said, I respect everybody else's opinion. But for me, fuel prices were low. Housing market was doing pretty good. Interest rates were low. We didn't have a World War III going on.
Oh, okay. So let's address these things.
Open. I'm sorry?
Wait, Frosty, I want to address these things. So
Yeah.
seems like a correlation causation fallacy. We're just saying because two things are associated, that means that one caused the other. So clearly, as it relates to the gas prices, right, have gone up globally. Inflation has gone up globally. I don't think this would be specifically related to the context of Biden. It's the concept of World War III. I think that's unlikely to occur. So I don't know what you'd be relating to with that.
Well,
With
you're
the
right.
context
I hope
of
that's
the
it.
oil prices, OPEC limiting their distribution worldwide, and specifically like Russia-Ukraine situation as it relates to Russian oil, that definitely limited our supply of oil.
There's a reason
That would be
behind
like
that.
the major influence.
There's a reason behind that. I'm in trucking. I own 56 trucks. I should know why our prices went through the roof. And I can tell you with 100% confidence, Biden is behind it. Period. Done. When Donald Trump was in office, our fuel price, and listen to this, okay? Our fuel prices were less than $2.30 in California, which is the highest state in taxes, fuel costs, everything. California is one of the most expensive states in the U.S. to live in, okay? So for me, when Trump was in office, prices were low. Now, I know you're bringing up all this, that, basically what you're saying is that Trump didn't have anything to do with lowering the prices, with keeping the interest rates low and all. You're wrong. Definitely 100% Trump. Now, I'm not going to get into detail with that because honestly, I'm sitting in my garage. I'm not sitting behind a screen to pull up some facts and kind of, throw them back at you. But you're asking me a question, I'm answering it. That's the reason why. Now, do I think that Joe Biden is doing a good job right now? No. Our border is, I don't know where you live. but
What
I'm in
policy are
Southern
you referencing
California.
specifically that could have caused these things?
Okay, how about opening the border? Do you understand that the Democrats are
We didn't.
that these illegal immigrants can vote? The reason why they're doing that is because they don't have the American vote behind them. Maybe some, like you. I don't know. I don't know who you're voting for, but I'm just saying. So one problem that we have at the border, Joe Biden, his administration, or, it might not be Joe Biden himself. It's whoever is controlling Joe Biden caused all that. The war in Ukraine, you can definitely count on if Donald Trump wasn't on, it wouldn't have happened. Now, it doesn't matter why it happened or if Ukraine has the right or they don't, they do. There's people dying out there, okay? Gaza, there's people dying out there. Israel, there's people dying out there. We didn't have none of that going on. So just that reason alone, that's it. I would rather pay high fuel prices, high utility bills. I would rather pay ridiculous tax amount of money than to have wars going on. Like, I'm all about peace, love, unity. I would rather pay high. So if Joe Biden was doing his thing right now, okay, but we had no wars going on because the United States has the power to stop everything that's going on. Now, you might not believe that. Believe me, it does. Okay, Donald Trump proved it. With just that reason alone, no wars. That's it. He gets my vote.
Frosty, you know that Trump increased military drone strikes in the Middle East by 450%?
No, he
He
did not.
assassinated a
That's
top
a lie.
military general.
That's a
That's
lie.
not a lie,
That's
Frosty.
a lie.
I can show you a source right now that indicates that he increased
The
military drone
highest
strikes by
military strikes in the
450%.
Middle East was Obama.
No, actually that's not true. All right, as
Yes,
it
it
relates
is
to
true.
this.
Look, I'm
No,
not gonna
no.
I'm not
That
gonna
actually
call
it
you a
was
liar. But I'm gonna
it was
on your PMs. I'm gonna send you the facts. I'll send you the link. Okay. That way we don't sit here and say, "Oh, you're lying, you're not," because we disagree to agree. But do you agree that right now what's going on around the world, if Donald Trump says, "Hey, I could put a stop to it," would you agree that, hey, give him a shot? Let's stop this killing. Like,
no.
it's horrible.
I don't think that he can because he
Okay,
was
but
president and he
but
didn't do
let's just
so.
say that if
I
he
can send
did.
you multiple articles right now indicating the case that he literally increased military drone strikes in the Middle East by 150% comparative to Obama. Okay,
Oh, that's
so
crazy. That's crazy. There was
it's
no
not crazy.
There
It's not
is
crazy.
there was no
I mean, I'd love
wars
to finish.
going on with Donald Trump. I don't even know where you're getting this
He increased the
information
military drone strikes. So if you're talking about no
No.
wars started,
No.
well, technically
No.
no wars were started by the U.S. under Biden's administration. If you're going to talk about the Russia,
Definitely Ukraine got the okay
that
from the
wasn't
United States.
that wasn't
The
a
United States and the UN said, "Hey, we're going to back you."
That's not the
That's
U.S.
definitely-
declaring of
it is.
war.
It
That would be a
definitely is.
conflict. That's not the U.S.
Yeah.
declaring war. That would be a conflict that the U.S. is involved in. If it's a conflict that the U.S. is involved in, well, then under Trump's administration, there were conflicts that the U.S.
So
was
why are
involved
we
in.
funding the war?
And that was one
So
of them
why
that
are
I
we
was
funding the
referencing.
war?
This
Please
is to
explain
limit
to me.
Russian. This is to limit Russian aggression in Europe.
For what?
Right?
For what?
As they have specifically taken Georgia, they've annexed Crimea, right? And now they've invaded Ukraine.
Do you have-
Similarly,
do you
in the
have-
1930s,
Do you actually do
similarly,
you know what kind of war is going on out there?
Similarly, in the 1930s, right, Germany took the Rhineland, they annexed Austria, they invaded Czechoslovakia.
We're not in the 1930s, 1960s. This is 2024. I got a question for you. Do you know what a proxy war is?
Yes.
Okay, we are funding the war. That's a proxy war. Now,
Yeah, I'm not disputing that we're involved in a
I
problem.
got you. So we shouldn't do that. That's what I'm saying is people need to
So
wake
you
up.
think that okay? So we should do exactly what Trump said.
No.
We should. Let me finish
Yeah,
my
go ahead.
point, please.
Sorry.
Stop talking, please. Like you're being ridiculous, right? So we should limit how much we help, right? And instead of helping NATO countries, right, we shouldn't help any NATO countries from Russian aggression unless they're paying their fair share. That's what Trump said.
I agree with that. Why should we get involved?
So
Why
we should let them take NATO countries.
Listen, why should we get involved in a proxy war that doesn't benefit America? It doesn't benefit America at all. It benefits
Budapest Memorandum.
I'm sorry, what was that?
The Budapest Memorandum. Ukraine, if they got rid of their nuclear weapons, we said that we would support them and defend them. So we should go against our treaty.
Again, I will tell you, and I agree with you on that. I say, like, if you're my friend and I say, hey, I got your back, right? I guess I hear what you're saying. I understand that. Here's my point. I get it. It's all bad. It's all bad. Just put an end to it. Doesn't matter if it's Trump. Doesn't matter if it's Joe Biden. You know what? All these leaders can literally say, hey, guys, let's just call a meeting. Let's work this out. And let's stop this killing. It's 2024. Why is there people still getting bombed? Why is there? We're living in a country where we're saying to each other, like, hey, you can be any gender you can be. And I'm good with that. Like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Hey, you want to be whatever you want to be. You have that right? Okay. So we're at that stage in this age where we have passed all this other crap where there's wars, where there's this, with the nuclear weapons. We're all about peace and love. Why are there still kids getting bombed in other countries? Like, are we just waiting for all these countries to just say, finally, you know what? The hell with America. We control this. Like, I know you don't understand it. I don't either. I don't understand politics because in my eyes, in the last 8 years, all I've seen was a bunch of crooks, okay? Go at it with each other. Like, I don't know Trump personally. I don't know if he's an honest guy or not, but what I've seen is that he's probably the most honest one of them all because they've tried to literally assassinate the guy. So there's something more.
I mean, I don't think that you can say Democrats tried to assassinate Trump. That's a bit wild.
No.
If you want to relate to, is that what you said?
Well, I'll tell you what. Like,
Is that what you said, or is that not what you said?
No, not just Democrats. Somebody's trying to kill this guy. They're going after him
Who
like crazy.
specifically?
I
You said
have
not.
no
You said
idea.
you said not just Democrats. So you're
I have
still
no
including
idea.
with it. You're
I have
still
no-
including
listen,
within your statement that you
when
think that Democrats are involved.
I'm gonna go ahead
should
and
hand our
read.
thank yous.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it again so you understand. Not Democrats in general. The politicians, okay, they're so crooked. Okay, the politicians, the Dems, the politicians, the Republicans as well. The
Roman, thank you for the
Republicans are
$10
just as
on Venmo.
guilty
Thank you
as
so
the
much,
Dems.
Roman.
Huh?
No, I was saying thank you to Roman real quick. I apologize.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Anyhow, dude, I'm not, you know what? You're doing a good thing. I like what you're doing. I see you from time to time, and I'm not here to argue with anybody. Everybody has the freedom to speech, and everybody has, the freedom to vote whoever you want to vote for. What I'm saying is stop the dividing, stop this war, stop bombing kids, stop killing kids in East, in the Middle East. I mean, like, damn, the Middle East has been getting bombed for
I
the
don't
last
want to do that
50
either,
years,
but
right?
Trump did that. Trump increased
You
military drone
can't
strikes by
blame Trump for the
450%.
last 10 decades, bro.
Trump
Like,
increased
straight up.
military drone strikes by 450%.
No, like, okay.
He did. Yes, that's a
I'm
fact.
gonna go ahead and research it, and I'm gonna take your word on that. But what I'm saying is this: they're all wrong. Trump, Biden, none of this. We're so far out in the future, is what I'm saying, that there shouldn't be any like bombs being dropped on anybody. Like we're past that, right? Like we're past that. Why is it still happening? Because the powers that be are still there. 40 years ago, the same politicians that are in control are still there. That's why these wars keep happening. And people don't get it. How does a politician go from...
Okay, I don't think it's easily... Okay, Frosty, I understand your sentiment here. I don't think it's as easily explained as, oh, just people have been around for 40 years, therefore we're in wars.
You're okay.
I don't think it's as easily explained as that. I think
Okay.
it's a bit ridiculous to say that is explained by that. But I understand the sentiment that you have that like career politicians have dismantled accountability as it relates to politics in our country,
That-
and that because we have a political system, it removes our abilities to actually get our voices heard.
Correct.
That's a
are-
charitable way of
that
of
was
referencing
straight
that.
up. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And I guess what I'm trying to say is this. Look, the reason why I'm saying that they do have the power to do something, put a stop to it, is there's a lot of them have been in control, in power for so many years that they know the ends, they know the turn, they know what to do to trigger a war. They know how to, how to fund a proxy war. And that's what I'm saying. There's powers greater than whoever. I don't think that any of the presidents have ever run our country. I think there's greater powers than them. And I think there's
This is where you
people-
lose me, Frosty. Right? You have no evidence of that.
I gotcha. And I'm here. I just don't understand it. It's something that I'm watching right now. I'm like, what is going on? Like, we just keep
Yo, Daily,
war
thank you for
after
the
war
fireworks. I
after war.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
But
but
Frosty, in the same way that like people in history, right, throughout history have, because they didn't understand things, assumed, right, what explains the waves was Poseidon, what explains the lightning was Zeus, right? You shouldn't, just because, right, you don't know the explanation of something, just assume some random explanation.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but what? Okay, so basically, what you're telling me is, okay, tell me what should I? Okay, since I'm a Trump supporter, okay, and I feel like voting for him, give me a reason why I should not vote for him. If that's what this is about,
Yeah,
just
I
give me
got
the
you.
reason. Go for it.
He's a proven sexual abuser. He's a
Okay.
proven fraudster, right?
Okay.
He has been lying about the election for the past few years, right? There's sufficient evidence to indicate he lost. CISA.gov indicated this was the most secure election in recorded history. So if we don't dispute 2016, why do we dispute 2020? And there were 17 federally appointed judges specifically by this guy himself that did not indicate sufficient evidence to overturn the election. So if that's true, either Trump appointed corrupt judges or he lost the election, right? Moving further, 83% of the tax cuts in his tax policy went to the top 1%, people making over $500,000 a year, and he increased the federal deficit from almost $380 billion a year to almost $1 trillion pre-COVID. Okay, he would do for the American economy. As it relates to this, he said that he would get rid of the ACA and that he would replace it. He didn't do that at all during his presidency. He said that he would build the wall. He didn't say that he didn't do that, right? He said that he was going to bring back more jobs to America, right? And more jobs were outsourced under his administration than actually brought back. So a lot of the things that he specifically prided himself on as it relates to this infrastructure, all of that, he didn't actually follow through with, right? I used to be a Trump supporter. In 2016, I was happy that he won the election, right? But since giving information, right, I've learned a lot more in my life. My positions have changed.
And I respect that, and that's your experience. My experience is that things were a lot better for me, and that's
And
the
Roman,
way-
thank you for the $10.
Hey, that really just reflects on how people feel nowadays. It's like, okay, so politicians have been promising us a better life since the day I could remember as far back as 1988, where I saw my first, I think it was 88, I don't remember, anyhow. And I heard all these promises as a kid, and then 2 years later, I hear my parents saying these guys promised all this and nothing, came about it. What I'm saying is, it's like, it's all basically on how you experience it. That we should respect each other's opinion on how we experience it. For me, when Trump was in office, it was great for me. Fuel was low. I live in California where the fuel is high. Okay. All our utility bills were low. Okay.
Frosty, did you know that actually gas was lower on Obama?
No, it was not. I felt
It
it.
was.
No, it was not. Listen.
I can show you average gas prices.
Listen, I'm telling you, I lived it. I went through it for 4 years. I had a Suburban. I hated it during Obama because gas and check this out. And I'm not just, I respect your opinion, but I'm going to drop some facts on you. I am a trucking company owner, okay? We have about 54 trucks. I own about 54 trucks. And let me tell you, when Obama came into office, fuel spiked. The very, less than a day after this guy got sworn in, fuel started going up. It went up so bad that a lot of people had to get laid off. I mean, horrible. And no, it did not go down. The only
That's
time
that's
that the
that. This
prices
is
go
the
down,
EIA. This is
the,
EIA.gov. When
I,
he got into office, you can see a massive drop.
I have reports in my
This
system
is in
that'll
gasoline
show you
prices.
what I have reports in my system
I'm
that
sorry,
show you
Frosty, but
the
you're
cost
literally
of
wrong,
diesel.
dude.
No, I'm
You're
not.
literally
I'm
literally
not.
wrong.
I'm not. I'm willing to send this
Gasoline
information
prices.
to you. No,
Look,
no, you're wrong, dude. You're wrong. Listen, I'm willing to send you this information. Okay,
there is
and
no
you
information
can.
that you would be able to send me. This is directly from the
You're
EIA.
talking. Okay, you know what? That's fine, dude. I'm gonna respect what you're gonna say.
I'll show you the prices here specifically. Okay.
Literally in trucking, there's no way
In
you're
2000
gonna,
in
you're gonna argue
2008
about
it
that.
was in 2008 it was $3.09, right? In 2009 it was $1.84
No,
in
no,
January. Yes.
not in California, but
January
not in
20 this is
California.
across the entire US. Across
Not
the
in-
entire US.
No, not this. That doesn't exist right now. Fuel in Arizona is $3. You know how much it is? Well, I'm talking about diesel and gas. There's a big difference. I'm in California. That's why I said a lot of people experience different.
Frosty, I live in California too.
Oh my goodness! Then you know the gas price was not
Gas prices-
$1.90 when Obama was in office. No, that. But you know what?
It was
I'm not gonna
it,
argue.
no, 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 not in
You're
not in
looking at-
California. I'm talking across the entire US, right? It is the case that January, right, 2009, it was $1.84. Appreciate that mustache. Thank you much.
No,
Right.
no way.
2010, it went up. I agree with you. 2010, it went up. 2010, it went up. 2011, it went up. 2012, it went up. 2013, it went down. 2014, it stayed the same. 2015, it went way down. In 2016, it went way down. And then before Trump's administration, right, January 2016, it was $2.05. Right. 2017, $2.45. 2018, $2.67. Right.
No.
2019, $2.33. 2020, $2.63. 2021, $2.42. 2022, $3.41. 2023, $3.44, and then 2024 at $3.20.
You know what? I didn't feel them prices, and I can tell you right now, I'm in California, and I'm not speaking for the other states. If that's that's the facts that you have, I can tell you right now, California was a disaster when Obama was in office when it come to fuel prices, electricity went through the roof, all our utility. Come on, like there's no way that I'm gonna sit here and hear that, oh, it was cheap. It was not. We still talk about it. Truck drivers still talk about it. The only time truck drivers got a break, and you could speak to any truck driver if you know any, and like I said, it's what everybody experienced during, somebody like Donald Trump while he was in office. For me, it was a good experience. There was no wars going on. Fuel was cheap. My utility bills were cheap. I was able to afford insurance. Workers' comp was pretty cheap. There's a lot of things that you got to look at. And right now, it's a disaster. Like right now, I'm lucky I'm still in business because the last 3 years, if I haven't broke even, I've lost money every single quarter of the year. So I get it. You might be getting your facts from the internet, but I'm living it. That's what I'm saying.
It's literally from the government.
And I'm living
like,
it. You know what I'm saying? So,
I understand,
so,
but this is the Energy Information
I got you.
Agency, so like
but I'm living it. And
administration. I mean,
yeah. But anyhow, man, hey, it's been great talking to you, man.
all right, it was good talking.
You
to
have
you.
a good one, brother. Thank you.
All right, appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day, man. Also, chat, I wanted to address this, right? Because I want to give credit where credit's due. As it relates to the conversation I had prior with the guy that, granted, he was being very, very annoying and stuff. I did find a thing specifically that did say that it's referencing double, but it's double not in referencing what he said specifically. It's double in referencing 1.5 degrees Celsius. So this is a completely different thing than what he referenced, right? It does say double. So there is a thing where it says double. It says governments in aggregate still plan to produce more than double the amount of fossil fuels in 2030. That would be consistent with limiting warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. So that's not 20%. That's not 200% of what, or not 200%, 2 times what it was referencing. Because if you look at the oil production, you can see a marginal increase. So it's already at 200. It doesn't go from 100 to 200. That's how much increase. So when he was making saying it was like an increase of 200% over this particular time, that was a wrong claim. But I do acknowledge that the 110%, given what he was referencing, is 2 times. Just I was thinking of it in my head because I know that the 100% can be that way. Is that it being 2 times more, it wouldn't be able to reach the same types of estimates. But I do want to admit that and whatnot. But yeah, let me go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. But yeah, he was right with the double point. He definitely was right with that. But yeah. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, me, I'm 64.
Yeah, for sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
No, I was just wanted. I wanted to come up with that guy when you was talking to that guy because he was spilling a lot of bullshit, man. The guy is he was spilling a lot of lies, man.
I appreciate you, Will, Ben. I am going to look for someone who specifically
I'm
disagree, but I
still
appreciate you coming
listening
up,
to
man.
you.
Thank
Yeah,
you
I'm
so much,
still
man.
listening to
Appreciate
you.
it. Have a great day. All right, let's go to the next individual real quick. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. But yeah, I just want y'all to know, like I always will admit it. So yeah, it's 110% of 11. So obviously 110% is still 1.1 ratio. But what it's specifically trying to relate to in this scenario is by saying 100% of the original thing plus the 10%, and that's not of our current oil production. That's of what would be necessary in terms of oil production to meet the 1.5 degrees Celsius increase in global temperatures since, like, I'm pretty sure in 1880s. But yeah, let's go to the next individual. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? It's the word more. See, but also what could be confusing with the word more is that, like, it could just be relating to like one being higher than the other. It's just a little confusing with the wording, but because that wouldn't have made sense. Like if it was concluded, like if it was 110% of our current oil production, right, then we would not be able to even be close to the 1.5 degrees Celsius increase. So it also is dependent upon the conclusions and what even makes sense if you're plugging it in. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
17.
You got to be 18 plus to join the live TikTok rules.
Bad.
All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 31.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I think I am. I think I will. Yeah.
Why so?
I was actually I wanted to bring it back to that guy you were talking to before. With the oil, the gas prices when you were looking it up. And I mean, what I noticed personally was in 2020 it went up. You know what I mean? I saw 261, 263.
It shouldn't have been in 2020. That happened in 2021 or 2022. 2020,
somewhere
that's when
there.
it went down.
Yeah,
because of COVID.
somewhere along those lines. When you hit 2020, it went up from 260 to 360 to now. I'm in Florida, so in Florida we were at 440. California, when I went last year, it was like 650, something ridiculous. I don't know how it is now over there. I think gas prices.
You were probably also like in downtown LA.
Yeah, I was. I drove through all of. The what's it called? The 101 and the 1 to Yosemite. So I kind of got a little take, but yeah, LA was the worst. Anyways, I just what's going on in Ukraine also, that's another thing, like I get it, people, we do have to help them, you know what I mean? Like it's in general, like it's part of the treaty, like it's making the world better, helping them, but it's just I don't think Biden is, and of course, like I just don't think he's all there, Biden, I'm not necessarily saying like I won't vote for Biden for sure. You know what I mean? That's just simple as that. Trump, it's my issues were with the immigration policies with him, like kind of like, and then with New York, I don't know, I'm all over the place, but New York, what's going on over there? They're trying to they didn't allow it. It didn't go through, but they were trying to allow immigrants to vote this election, What do you think about that?
Like legal immigrants?
Yeah, legal immigrants. Yeah.
Yeah, legal immigrants should be allowed to vote.
I mean, I don't think if you have your green card, you should be allowed to vote. I feel you're a citizen, you know, like, yeah, you earn your way, you know, working, paying your taxes, whatever, doing it the right way. That's great, you know.
Actually, I don't. You have an issue with legal migrant
No.
or immigrants voting?
Citizens voting, I have no issue.
I mean, honestly,
Immig- I mean,
if you're
this country is built from immigrants.
if you have your green card and you're currently in the country, I don't see a reason why we should limit people from voting. I actually don't see any issue with that.
I mean, they could.
What would be the issue?
For me, it's just really there right now. And
Aren't they like acting citizens?
yeah, yeah.
So like
Like,
in a
let's say
certain sense, right now
one day
legally it might not
you're-
allow them to. Like if we're talking about what should be the case, if they're acting citizens, I don't see how that would differ.
No, yeah.
Like from a moral
yeah,
standpoint.
no, I get that. No, yeah, you're right. It's complicated, dude. Politics are so complicated. But hey, anyways, I just wanted to like drop by, dude. Like you're awesome. Your live is awesome. I watch you all the time. I laugh at a lot of the stupidity that goes on in here. Nothing from you. You're honestly your parents did a
Well,
great
then you must
job.
not have been listening earlier.
Yeah,
No. Every once in a while, my brain will not function properly.
You're
so.
you're human, you know? It's okay. You know, like it's okay. I laugh. I enjoy watching. I learn a lot, you know, like I'm only human, you know. I don't say everything perfectly. I'm learning every day just like everyone else, you know. Trump's a fucking is not the greatest person, but
Max, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much, Max.
but I mean, I don't know. When he was president, everything was going so well for me. You know, just like this guy said.
I mean, it's going great right now for me, and that's under Biden's
No,
administration.
and
so-
honestly, nothing. I mean, it's going all right for me too. You know, I can't really explain, but I mean, my stocks. I was making money off stocks.
My point with this is that just because two things are associated does not mean that one caused the other. So essentially, what we're saying right now is we're saying that, oh, I'm doing better off during this administration, right? I'm gonna vote for this person, or I was doing worse off. That's why I don't want to vote for them. And I
Yeah,
understand
it's
where
like
people
a
are coming
personal
from
vote.
this. This type of idea is reinforced by our politicians.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Biden will say, "I brought back this many jobs." Trump will say, "I brought back this many jobs." And really, what they're just referencing is that this many jobs came back under their administration, not that policies that they made right influenced that to occur. So I think it's important to also acknowledge that that the politicians have also influenced this to exist. But again, just because two things are associated doesn't mean one caused the other. We'd have to say, how did Biden cause inflation as it relates to gas? Right?
Yeah.
The same way that when there was 14.7% unemployment under Trump's administration, right? Was it Trump or was it COVID? Right? Well, obviously, I believe it's COVID. It's outside causes, but it's also associated with the same situation.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it was COVID. You know what I mean? No one working. I was lucky enough to live in Florida. I mean, you know, Florida didn't give a shit about anything. Like I was in furlough for a month. I went right back to work. You know what I mean? Like nothing ever happened. I got like 25 bands for free and I went back to work. It was ridiculous. Like that was pretty nice, you know. I can't complain. You know, I know also you talked about like the military, how like the drone strikes increased by what 450%
In the Middle East, yeah.
in the Middle East. I mean, what's the things going on over there right now? Like in Jordan, for example, right now, you know, 3 Americans killed. What was it, like last week or something like that? From a drone strike from whoever is, you know, attacking the Americans over there. For me, is why are they even over there? You know what I mean? Like I don't understand, you know, like why they're even over there to begin with. You know what I mean? I get we're all over the world. You know what I mean? I don't know, dude. It's so complicated, but
Like Russia, Ukraine. Why are we there? To limit Russian aggression into Europe. I mean,
Oh,
they took
definitely.
they took Georgia.
Putin's crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
And now they've invaded Ukraine. That's similar to what we've seen in the 30s with Germany taking the Rhineland, taking Austria, and then taking Czechoslovakia. So, like, I mean, I think that there's precedence to say that they're invading or like aggressing into Europe to places that were previously owned by the Soviet Union.
Okay. Damn, you have an answer for everything, brother.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Good.
Well,
for you,
I
man.
don't have an answer for everything, but these I do have answers for, I guess.
Yeah. Well, hey, good for you,
All
man.
right, well,
Keep up
I
the great
appreciate you
work.
coming up, man.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Take it easy.
All right, let's get to the next individual. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. We don't have that many guest requests now, everyone. I don't know what the hell happened. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, man. I'm 21.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Well, yeah. Why else would I request to join?
Well, plenty of people do without.
I mean,
you know.
fair enough to it. Actually, fair enough.
So yeah. So why will you vote?
So I personally believe that Trump just like kind of what you were saying. Like, I don't believe that either of them are the best president. You know, like sort of thing. If you know what I mean. Like, I agree with what you were saying in that sense. But what I agree with is like you like statistics. If you look at the damn statistics, right? Trump, like, how do I explain it? So I wasn't expecting to go live yet. So with the statistics, compared to Biden, when Trump was in house, like what other people have been saying, the gas prices were down. Like I've recently moved out because I'm in college, and I had to move to a place near college.
Description. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
But it's like Biden. It's just everything's more expensive. Gas is up. The cost of living is up. Everything, just general. Whereas Trump was in, everything was lower. Sure, he's got a bad history. He could be, he could be a convicted rapist, blah, blah, blah. But I believe he's better for the country than Biden. He's just...
You're trolling. Appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the subscriptions. Thank you so much, Brian. Let's go to the next individual over, and that person's clearly trolling. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 19, brother.
What's your birth year?
2004.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Well, I will. Yes, sir.
Why so?
I believe he is the best politician we've had in a long time. He is a horrible man, but I think horrible men do business well, and we need a horrible man to be the person the world looks at.
An honorable man? How is he honorable?
No, I said... What?
You said he was an honorable man, right?
No, I said he's a bad man, but he's a good politician.
Okay, so how is he a good politician?
He knows his way around a dollar. So he knows when the deal is good for the country and when it's bad for the country.
And can you give me like a circumstance of him doing so?
When Obama left office, our military stocks were very low. We had no bullets, we had no ammunition. Trump saved...
What makes you think that?
Multiple of my family members work with the armed services, so...
Yeah, and I mean, we were spending the most on the military in the world by far. It's not even close. So you're saying we didn't have any military supplies when we were spending the most on military out of every country in the world by far, insofar as that we had more money spent on the military than the next 10 nations combined, most of them being our allies?
Hey man, believe what you want, but America's on top. America! Ooh.
Yeah, and I'm definitely getting troll vibes. Why did we get 2 trolls in a row, chat? That's rough. Keep tapping that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 1 million likes, everyone.
Alright.
What's up? How old are you?
Alright, man at Parker. Why going Brusky?
How old are you?
Well, how old am I? That's shit, like personal now. What's going on, bro?
All right, let's get the next person up here. Only send a
Alright,
guest
go ahead.
request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. We've got barely any requests for some reason, everyone. Barely any requests. So do tap that screen. Do share the live, everyone. We tap the screen and we get to 1 million likes, everyone. I heard that like it adds like four guest requests to the live, so like it makes the stream go out to more people. You know. if you tap the screen, you know. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I just wanted to say that I'm a big fan of you, Parker. I love you.
Appreciate it. Have a great day. Have a great day. Let's get to the next individual. If you're gonna only send a guest request, if you will, vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. You scared folks off, Parker? Maybe I did. Maybe I did, chat. All right, give it a second, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 32.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Well, I have a question for you. What is Joe Biden's middle name? Do you know it?
It starts with an R, right?
Robinette, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Google it. Google it real quick, real quick.
All right, let's look it up.
It's Robinette, but I want you to Google it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you laughing at?
Myself. Just continue.
Yeah.
You're
What
up
about
fast.
it?
We're
I
about
see
to
it.
Okay, so what's Donald Trump's middle name? John.
John, yeah.
Okay. So
Soldier
sometimes
incoming.
less is more, right?
No.
Bullshit! Okay. I had too much fireball. Can you kick me out of here now? No, I shouldn't have done this. Yeah.
I'm 18.
What's the birth year?
Enemies dropping into the AO.
Sir.
For sure. Will you
Playtime's
vote for
over.
Trump?
Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
Happy early birthday, by the way. Why so?
Because I see.
I want that bird ready in 3 mics. Relay those coordinates. There you are. We got the green light. You're going to the war zone.
You know,
Grab your gear and shoot. You're up in 3. Enemy activity will be high. Expect contact early and often.
He's the one that.
When was America great, and how did he make it?
So let's say
Let's roll.
taxes were lower, our food was lower. And not only that.
We're still under Trump tax
Battle
policy.
Royale.
Yes. That's the only reason.
So the taxes under Trump's tax policy were lower. Under
You got
Trump's
gas
tax
closing
policy
in
than
fast.
Trump's
Unass
tax
yourself
policy.
to the safe zone.
No.
Okay, well, the reason why taxes are higher now is because Trump got rid of the individual cuts and he kept the corporate one. He kept the one that was
I'm not.
and that's why the proportionality of the amount of money that comes in the 10% is extremely extensive, right, in the period, right, after.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Right, where
I
most
think
of
it's
the money goes to the
2025
top
he did.
1%.
I think he's gonna do that in 2025. I don't know.
No, it's set to it.
Mm.
He's gonna do it. Then.
You're not
It's
a
set
bad
to do it
person.
then.
I'm just saying. It's just like we need a different president. I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it's whoever's that's actually gonna stand up for America. I don't care who it is. Really.
Okay, so what makes you think that Trump will make it better off for America?
It's just-
Gas is inbound.
He's actually a businessman, and I support him for that. That's the reason why.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about him being a businessman to be a good president? Because he bankrupted like 6 times.
I mean, that is true. But what makes him a good and actually function president, you can say, is that he made everyone happy. And not only that, it took us from our bottom to our chart all the way, now we're all the way bottom. But when Trump was there, he was top. He made it at the top. So it's like
Bottom of what chart and the top of what chart?
I forgot what chart it was. It was something about America, how America was gonna be great again, and that's what Trump did. He made it more better for the people, not Biden though. Biden's just
So you think he made it, quote unquote,
Enemies
more
dropping into
better
the
for
AO.
people?
Yeah, he physically, mentally made people happy.
Yeah, so, okay, yeah, so, by the way,
you can say, listen, in the comments, you could say that Trump didn't do anything. But where's Biden? What he has done? He is a racist.
Yeah.
He's racist.
The Inflation Reduction Act, the PACT Act, the CHIPS Act, the American Rescue Plan, Build Back Better, the cap on insulin, right? I can point to many things specifically.
Same as you say the vaccine for COVID, right? You know that they're just killing old people out here. You know that, right? With the vaccine.
You're trolling, dude.
No,
you gotta be trolling.
I seen it.
So you know how many old people's lives the vaccine saved? The vaccine reduced the likelihood of old people dying.
That's
right?
right.
I can look at my bibliography in my bio. There's 25 pages on the effectiveness of vaccinations. You can look at my bio. 25 pages of systemic reviews, meta-analyses related to the effectiveness of vaccines. You're wrong, and the empirical evidence very clearly demonstrates you're wrong. Okay, so obviously, like, it's not killing old people. What are you talking about?
I mean,
right?
it is. It's proven.
Can you give me any evidence?
Right in front of my face. The lady just walked out of the hospital.
One, you have no evidence.
With
Also,
the
by the way, it's over
with the
30 pages now.
vaccine.
Second of all, do you know what Operation Warp Speed is?
No, I haven't heard of that.
So Operation Warp Speed specifically was like the investment, right, and the push that Trump gave to make sure that we could get vaccinations earlier.
I mean,
So Trump
never
supported this policy that you think is killing adults?
I mean, you can tell me I'm
You got a loadout drop inbound.
I didn't say that. You said it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but in your comments, I'm reading the comments. I don't really care about y'all, you know, your opinion stays to yourself. You think that offends me. It don't.
Gas is
I'm a
moving
Texas
in.
fan,
New safe
and
zone
I stand
located.
with Trump, you know? It just... I don't know how y'all can stand for Biden. He's a pedophile. He's a...
What evidence do you have that he's a P3D?
Need high caliber rounds.
Touching on his balls and all that. But, he even said,
Can you give me a source for that one?
Go look it up. It's on the news.
Yeah, that's bullshit. You want to put money on it?
Yeah, go
You want
look
to put
at
money
it.
on this?
KBS,
I
go
guarantee
look at
you cannot show me a clip.
And go look
I
at
guarantee.
Fox
Wait, hold up. Heartless. You want to put money on this? $500 right now on that. You cannot find a clip, right? Again, if you can't show me one, you'll be $500 as well, right? That you can't show me a clip of Biden
I'm not
legitimately
going for
himself
money, I'm just gonna
saying
say
that
it
he
right
wants little girls to touch his balls.
He even
Tell
said
me,
it.
show me
He
a
even
source.
said
Give me a
it. You
clip.
could even-
$500 on it. Let's put $500.
I'm not going on no money, but I'm gonna tell you this.
No, you're not.
Gas
you
is
are
moving.
not confident in your claim. So put money on it. $500 right now.
No, I just know he is.
That's bullshit. Then you want to make easy $500? Then do it. Tell me. What's the
I'm
source?
not gonna bet no money on you, bro.
That's what I thought, bro. That's what I thought because you are not confident in your claim.
I'm
Clearly.
not, but again, you have to understand. Guys, remove it.
Oh, you just got flagged for misinformation, bro. That's tough. You just got flagged for misinformation. Let's get the next person. Everyone tap that screen. Let's try to get to 1 million likes, everyone. If you want to help get out to more people, everyone share the live copy link. Send it to a few friends, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? How old are you?
How you doing? I'm 55, 1968. Going.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
So look, and my name is Todd. I'm speaking. I'm on my friend's site right now. So I just wanted to come up. You know, we do music and stuff, and I'm a rapper and stuff. But look, I was in the crap my whole life, and I understand you a very smart guy, Parker. You got so many facts, and I love watching you. And you know, I'm not as smart as you. I don't know. But like, what I can tell you is I'm living reality here, and you got all the facts, you got all that. But it's like you tell me, hey, Tar, man, it's really warm outside, man. Don't you see it? Don't you see it, man? And you'll pull up all the facts how warm it is. Then I can walk out and it's snowing. I'm saying, wait, man, Parker told me it's warm. They all tell me it's warm here. I shouldn't have a coat on. When I walk outside, I'm freezing. But I gotta keep hearing all these people telling me how great everything is, and it's really getting me upset here, man, because I'm not living what I'm hearing, what the news is telling me how great everything is. The economy's great, nobody's coming through the border, everything's fine, and then I'm not seeing this stuff. So the reality versus what you reading, and I understand this because I have two brothers that are medical doctors. That, you know, people that write these things that you reading about, I'm not saying it's all wrong, but you can't believe every little statistic that you reading this is the number, this is the facts. It's not the facts. They print what they want to print sometimes. It's not always the truth.
So we for a few things, right? One, we have to be clear with what we mean by who or they, right? Because that would be really important. Because I don't know who they is in this particular scenario. Could we clarify that actually first?
Yeah, I'm just saying, as far as when they print up in the medical, you know, sometimes, you know, who's writing these things, you know what I mean? And like, are they really
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
Academics in the field, and yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, a lot
like
of
the
times,
academics in the field are, and that's why there's peer review, and that's why there's like subsequent analysis by the other experts in the field. So I do think that we have accurate information as it relates to this. Here's my point
but a lot
here.
of times,
Wait here, I have a point here that I think that we can make here real quick, right? From my perspective right now, the Earth seems flat to me. Okay? Right? So when I go outside and I live my life, the Earth seems flat to me. Right? Why would I look at any of the other evidence indicating that it's spherical?
I mean, I like I said, you're gonna have all the facts, and I appreciate that. I understand that. But like I said, most people that are gonna switch over during this election, and I know you're gonna say, well, they shouldn't do that because this is all the facts. They're just doing what they feel, what they see, what they live. Like the food's higher, the gas is higher. There's more crime.
gas
People
moving
are going
in.
across the border. We're in 3 different wars at one time. This is what the people are seeing. So you can, no matter what you say, they live in this.
Thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know, I think you strike a good point here. I appreciate the galaxies. Thank you so much, Danny. Thank you for the 2 galaxies. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And the point I think that you're getting to is that oftentimes what the overall facts of the economy are going to indicate aren't going to be seen by the average person. Because when we are, you know, dealing with people, the typical voter, right, they're going to be taking into account what's currently impacting their life. Appreciate Little Crown. Thank you so much. And they're going to associate with whatever is currently impacting their life with the administration that currently exists. And I think that's a faulty way of looking at it. Because, I mean, if we look at, you know, Trump, I mean, I can point out where people don't do this, right? 14.7% unemployment under Trump's administration. Do we ever attribute that to Trump?
No, but I do think, Parker,
Why not?
Parker, I do think that we need some accountability for who's in office. We can't just say, oh, it's the guy before, it's the guy after. The guy that's running right now needs to be held accountable for everything.
Actually, Blessed, I couldn't agree with you more. We need accountability. And fundamentally, when people like Trump engage in particular things that are anti-democratic, like not accepting the results of a fair and democratic election, it quite literally reduces that accountability. Because the democratic processes is our best form of accountability.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking for Trump, because like I said, I was a Democrat my whole life, to be honest with you. And I voted for Obama and everything. But like I said, I'm just living a bad life right now. I can't go shopping. It's $200. I buy 15 different things. I go to the gas station. Like I said, I'm just living it's just hard living right now with this president right now. Now, I know you're going to say, well, it was Trump's policies before, but that's not what people see. They see the president right now. This is
actually blessed. That's not what I would say. Right? I don't think it was a policy that Trump or Biden specifically passed. Right? I think that it was like a culmination of the oil prices globally, right? Of the situation as it relates to the Federal Reserve responding to the pandemic, right? Credit lending facilities, right? And different types of funding for businesses that were meant to prop up the economy, but subsequently were kind of a too big of a response to the pandemic.
Gas is inbound, marking a new safe zone.
Pandemic as it relates to financial stress and the financial stress index, we weren't very high on the financial stress index, which is indicative of us not being in a very, very bad state. It's kind of just that, you know, people are out of work right now because, you know, so that's not a bad state of the economy. That's just people are not working. So we responded a bit too much that we didn't really need to.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you're saying, Parker. Like I said, I just think you're going to lose a lot of people just because they want to blame one person, and it's the person that's running the like if you ran a company, you're the one going to be responsible when everybody's getting fired. They're going to look at you. You're the owner of the company. So this is how people look at our president. What's going on right now? Who's in charge? That's all people understand. You understand this, the guy before this policy, but people don't think like you. That's why I think you're gonna be in the
Gas is closing in.
Appreciate the cowboy. Yeah, and I agree with you. I do agree. I think that Trump is a really big shot at winning this election, and I mean that's partially why I have these conversations. That's what the subsequent response is from the average person, because they look at the state of the economy.
I need high caliber rounds.
They attribute these things specifically to Biden. They look at the with how the things are now, and I think that's pretty much that's how people look at it. So I understand what you're saying with that. It makes a lot of sense. I don't think this is like a reason for you to vote for him, obviously, but I do think this might be a reason why, like, we would say that it's likely for there to be a Trump 2024 presidency.
Yeah, and can you explain to me why? Now I'm a minority.
Where those upgrades well, soldier?
A lot more minorities. My friends, everybody seems like they're slowly going over to Trump because they're getting starting to feel that among a lot of the minorities. They're starting to feel that now. They weren't like that before. I'm starting to see a little of a minority start. Do you have any?
I wouldn't have any like specific insight on that. All I would
Time
say
to
is
head
that
back to base.
relate to like how
The enemy took that one, but we'll get them back.
if there is a trend that relates to that, like how people are seeing Biden's current cognitive state. Like, do you think that one of the things like Biden is because of the economy, it's because of his mental state, right? I think that a lot of people, all they see is that when they see the clips of him not being able to perform up to task, essentially, right? Well, that makes them be like, okay, I'm not going to vote for this individual, and I think that's a really big point for most people. Although, again, I don't think that that's a point that is a good reason to vote for Trump, right?
Yeah. Now, what do you think about this? The immigration, far as the people, in the cities, that's where the minorities are really getting upset. Is because they're coming into the cities, they're losing jobs, they're starting fights. The crime's going up, so they don't like all these minorities coming into the cities illegally.
I think it's no. The people who are migrating are not coming here illegally. That are in like these big cities that you're referencing. Typically, it's going to be legal migrants through the asylum process. But if we want to talk about this specifically, I don't think people who are immigrants are taking people's jobs. Right? They add to the economy. So not only do they produce supply through having jobs, but they also produce demand by demanding different goods and services, which also produces jobs.
Right.
So like they're not taking away from the economy in any which way different than like how you or I am.
Yeah. I'm just giving you like I said, like from the people that that I'm here, and I don't want to say nothing rude on here because it's your page. I respect you. But yeah, I just think, like I said, like what you said, what's going on, Parker. You got all the facts. But like I said, most people are not as smart as you. They're not.
It's actually, I don't think it's about being smart, right? I just engage with this a lot, right? I don't think I'm uniquely smarter than people. I'm engaging with this information a lot because it's my job, right? And it is also the case that I'm looking into information probably more than the average person.
Yeah.
So it's really all about access to information. I don't think there's any biological component about me that makes me smarter than you. I really don't think that there is. I think it's solely access to information.
Yeah. You study up, but most people don't have time to do what you do.
I agree, because this is my job.
Yeah. So we out there just trying to live life, going to the supermarket. That's what we talking about. When you talking about this policy that Biden did, Trump did. Nobody's thinking like that right now. 90% of the public doesn't think like you, because like I said, you but we just live in real life. That's why I think Trump said, he might get the headwinds. And what about them shoes? $350 million worth of those shoes. What do you think about those shoes?
So I've heard claims that he made like hundreds of millions of dollars from shoes. And I actually heard that he made on Truth Social. I believe these claims are true. I haven't seen any evidence indicate that. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. But I would like to see. If he made that much from shoes in a few days, that's pretty crazy, to be honest.
And I think they're going to be worth money 10 years from now because he was so controversial. What do you think about that as far as an investment?
Probably. I'm actually not trolling. Yeah, probably is a decent.
Probably, right?
Because of just yeah, I mean, it could be. It depends. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But also, I'm not someone who's like good in the field of like determining whether or not shoes are going to be like valuable in the future. I'm just saying like controversial figure maybe.
Yeah, and he signed each pair too. But listen, man, I don't want to hold your time up, man. I respect like I said, on the ground, feel what's going on. I'm just trying to feel. This is what I'm feeling. Push over. Because like I said, they're just pay the bills, the food's up, the gas is up. You know, like I said, they're upset with immigration. My friends are upset. My friends are upset about it. It's not just the white people. I know you think, oh, it's all white people saying this, they racist. No, that's not it. We're starting.
That's not my view.
No,
I don't think it's just people who are white.
Well, that's what they try to make us feel like. You know what I mean? I'm not black, so I'm the right things, you know what I mean? And so
yeah, I do disagree with Joe Biden's claim on that. That's like one of my biggest issues. I think that's a completely derogatory statement. I think that's ridiculous. And you know, I think it's representative of the fact that in America we have a lack of accountability in the positions of that is it, and that's not representative of our average population. Like, the average American, right, our two candidates for president are quite literally more than double that.
Yeah, I had Joe Biden was my teacher at the University of Delaware. I went to the University of Delaware. He was my criminal law teacher. And that man slept in the front of the class. Everybody got good grades. Nobody. That kind of scared me a little bit right when I was up at the Delaware. I was like, wow, man, I can't get an F on this test. You know what I mean? So this is the kind of thing we're putting out into society. You know what I mean? I don't want to say nothing, but like I said, man, I won't come on your page. I know you. But like I said, for me, I have to vote for Trump just because, like I said, I need a change. I feel like we're going to be in World War III.
I completely agree with that. I don't think that we're anywhere near World War III right now at this point. I don't see any reason why we would indicate that. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. I think that there's a lot of claims like this, right? And that's kind of just like a guise as like a like, I was thinking that there was possible World War III under Trump's administration in early 2020, right?
Yeah,
remember?
That's what everybody told me.
That's what everyone thought, right?
Yeah,
I think these are just scares in the media.
But they said if
I don't think we're at point of World War III then, and I don't think we're at point of World War III now. I think that we're believing this because it gets clicks.
Yeah. So I just saw a general on TV. He said that if one of our ships gets sunk, we could get in a major war with Iran. If one of these missiles come through and sink our ships, that could cause a major escalation over there.
I do think that's unlikely to occur. Is it unlikely? Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to. They're sending missiles at our ships now, so they're trying.
Then they're not very good.
No, they're not.
If they're
good,
sending missiles already.
Yeah, one gets through. If one gets through, this is going to go into very high escalation with Iran.
It very well could. I mean, I think that would happen with a Trump or Biden. I mean, Trump quite literally increased conflict in the region by killing General Soleimani.
Yeah.
So I think that this would be a combination of both Trump and a culmination, not combination, of both Trump and Biden's actions as it relates to the context of Iran.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, you know, I'm gonna let you go now, but I appreciate talking to you, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Okay, brother.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, man.
Thank you, brother.
Let's get the next person up here. Only send a guest request if you for Trump and for everyone. Let's get this next person up here. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone. As well as you can gift over TikTok as well. Already, you get access to the sub-only chats I always put on to like. We lost well over like 1,000 subs when they took us down for like that whole month period of time. So if you do want to join back the subs, would appreciate it as always, everyone. Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
2005.
For sure. What's your will you vote for Trump in 2020?
Yeah.
Why so?
Because I want to.
Wow, that was hilarious. It felt like much longer than a month. I know. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 58.
You seem old enough. Yeah. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Of course I will.
Why so?
All right, check this out. Why so? Let me ask you a question. How old were you back in 1980?
What do you think?
That's why I'm asking. How old were you back in 1980?
I was 25 years old.
Okay, well, I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to be patient.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I you know.
Okay, how old were you back?
I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, King. I wasn't born.
Copy. UAV is on station.
Okay, check
Recon
this
online.
out. And I'm not going to try to punk you for your age. I'm going to say something. The people who's been alive much longer than you, they seen a decline. They seen a major decline. To you, everything is fresh and new. This is fresh. This is some new shit.
UAV is exiting the AO.
You have never been your age before. I dig it. But people before you, they see the decline in the world, they see the decline in America, and they don't like it. And so people like you, that's tooting the horn and ringing the bell, saying, hey, Democrats. No, bro. We've seen how the Democrats changed from nicely liberal in the Nixon days, not the Nixon days, the Kennedy days. They was the cool Democrats. But these the same Democrats that was behind the KKK, Jim Crow, and everything. The same they're trying to change their ways.
Jeremy, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, by the way.
They're trying to change their ways and their policies. But for right now, we're seeing the Democrats are turning to a whole different regime. They turning communists. Things are going real left.
Q7, can you define communism real quick?
Well, when you trying to say things on social media, you're censored. You know, when you still if you see a transvestite.
No, I mean, don't use that term. Joe, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. That's a slur, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying it's a slur. I'm saying you shouldn't use slurs.
That's communist. That's.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Listen,
that's a
Q7. I want you to define communism for me, please.
I'm doing right now.
No. So I'll define it for you because it seems difficult.
You don't have any say so. You have to.
That's not what communism is.
You have to go the status quo. You know, whatever they want you to agree with, you have to go along with it.
No, man, that's not communism. Communism is a stateless, classless, and a moneyless society.
Well, that's where America wants to go. That's where the
A stateless society would mean no censorship.
Okay, it's on its way.
Okay, so then why are you bringing up censorship as communist when a stateless society would not have any censorship?
It's on its way, Parker. We're at a beginning stage.
That means that we would be reducing governmental intervention?
No, brother. They just want us to be on one big umbrella, brother.
So what you're relating to is totalitarianism, right? Or authoritarianism. You're not relating to a communism, right? I'm not a communist, but I used to be.
I didn't say you're a communist.
No, I'm just clarifying. I'm not a communist. Hold on.
Saying you are. You think
I never said you were. I'm not a communist, but I used to be, right? Whoa. And again, the whole notion of communism that I believed in at the time. Joe, I appreciate the $10 on Venmo. Thank you so much.
Slow down. Let's back it up. You said you used to be a communist?
Yeah. Actually, originally my first times here on TikTok, I was an anarchist, right? I was a libertarian socialist, kind of like what they had in it's Catalonia, right? I think Catalonia from Spain. I have to check. Oh, you just got flagged for hate speech and hateful behaviors, man. I'd love to finish this conversation. You should come on another time, man. He just got flagged. I don't know what he got flagged for. I think it's the slur. But we're gonna go into the next person. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Let's get to the next picture real quick, y'all. Yeah, it definitely was. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 32. This is Fireball.
Oh,
Listen,
Good to see you
listen.
again.
If you let me talk to you, I will send you $100 on Venmo. Just let me tell my let me do.
okay. Okay, for sure.
All right. And I'm good for it. I've done it for Dean. Now listen to me. Okay? All right. I'm a psychic, but that has nothing to do with this conversation. Listen. I'm paying $27.86 in federal taxes as of 2023 tax year, okay? Now, why am I paying that when I have two dependents? I'm in roughly the same tax bracket. And I've never paid taxes in before for a tax year. If you can tell me that, if you can make sense for it, for me, I will completely flip the script. I will do it a whole different way. I just want to know your standpoint on that.
So we actually still are under Trump's tax plan.
That motherfucking orange orangutan. Are you serious?
He actually technically increased taxes for certain people.
That motherfucker. I'm sorry. I don't have $3,000. My fucking dining room floor is caving in.
By the way, if you don't have $3,000, you do not have to send me $100.
Well, I don't. Well, I'm just saying. I need it.
No, if you don't have 3,000,
No.
I'm not
I need it, bro, because like either my husband's lying to me about his fucking withholdings, or it's Biden, or it's Trump, or somebody. I need to know which male to blame. Okay. Because I'm fucking mad about it. I'm getting max withholdings taken out of my check. I'm a fucking accountant. I know about numbers. So why do I owe now? Why do I owe?
Yeah, that's there's you live in a blue state.
I'm in Louisiana. Them motherfuckers. I hate I'm sorry.
So,
no,
I mean, it can impact.
It was blue here. It may have just changed to red. It was blue.
Sure. So it can impact that. I'm pretty sure there is state income tax for Louisiana. So actually, they made it so that you can't write your state income tax off of your federal income taxes.
in the area.
So the money you pay,
Enemy
you
securing
can't
Bravo.
write off of your overall tax bill, which can increase taxes
Yeah,
for lots
chat,
of people.
I see you. It is probably my fucking husband. That's why I'm here investigating, motherfucker. I'm mad about it. I paid my dues. I'm sorry, Parker. I really do like you. You cool as fuck. And you keep it level and 100. I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to make sure that I vote for the right motherfucker, because all males, to a certain extent, they be lying like a rug. And I want to vote for the best one that I can. I just don't like paying $3,000 when I've been paying my taxes all year long. Like, what the fuck? That's audacity, you know? Right? I mean, Parker, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like unexpected tax bills that could absolutely negatively impact people, especially here in America, where most people in America are living paycheck to paycheck and can't afford a random $400 expense.
Yeah, man, my fucking mortgage is $2,000. I mean, my husband be making the money, but I fussed him last year. I said, hey, bro, are you claiming max withholdings? And now I think he's lying. You motherfucker. Like, we all got to pay our dues, right? We all got to pay our dues. Everybody equal, right? You a business owner, you on here doing self-employed, right? You pay your fucking taxes. We pay and you max withhold. So why do I owe $27.86 TurboTax calculator?
Kaden, I appreciate the
Fucking
subscription.
liar.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that's something I'm not trolling. I've seen a lot of people recently claim similar things on their taxes as it relates to this. So I do think that it's related to how the tax policy is set up.
Do I need to leave this country? Do I divorce and leave the state? Just give me the. I need to know.
I don't know. I don't know the circumstances.
Bullshit! I smell you from here. You know, I see the shit-eating grin on your face. You know the truth, and you just don't want to tell me.
Yeah, I wish I did.
Confirming next contact. Stand by.
Okay. All right. So at the end of all this, Biden or Trump? Tell me your answer. Motherfucker, I knew you'd say it. All right. Thank you, Parker. I will Venmo you. Thank you so much. You have a good night.
Appreciate you. Have a great night.
Bye.
Oh my god, they're so funny. They're so funny. Oh my gosh. Robert, thank you so much. Guardians of the Soul, thank you so much for the $25 Venmo. Y'all are going absolutely crazy on the Venmo today. I literally cannot thank y'all enough. Holy shit. Y'all literally make me be able to do whatever I want every single day. I fucking love every single one of y'all. I just want y'all to know. I just want y'all to know. I got another like 40 minutes or so left in the live, everyone, but I appreciate the sunglasses. Thank you so much. I just want to let y'all know I really appreciate everyone. I really appreciate everyone in between. We're gonna go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. We are simply just looking for some debates. Let's get this next individual up here, y'all. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 23.
Yo, Katie, I'll look for you next. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I have two questions.
Rusty, thank you so much for
The first one is relating to what you were saying before. Why did you stop being a communist?
Yeah, so comparing different types of economic models, right? I think that we have no sufficient economic evidence to indicate that, right, like a communist economy would be effective or more efficient than our current economy for the average person. Secondly, I think that without the context of a state or a monopoly on violence, right, tyranny can easily, right, come about, right? So in order to limit tyranny or limit like oppression from different types of groups, that would be the best way to do so, is by having a state. So I think there are real points for money, right, as like a transitionary
Hardcore.
change.
Kill confirmed. Eliminate all hostiles in the area. Grab their tags. We lost the lead.
And then it relates to stateless, right? Stateless, Jason, $25 from Venmo. Can we get a W Jason in the comments section? Y'all are going absolutely wild. W Jason in the comments. W Jason.
So why would you describe your current stance?
Confirm that one.
Kind of like similar to what they have. They actually have.
I'm writing Social Democrats down, and I will do more research about that. Now, my second question would be, what do you see things going after this election, and how do you think things should be in the future? Say you have the power to make things pass. You see fit.
Oh, if I have the power to make things that they've already adopted in Europe and had for decades. As soon as utilizing things like nuclear power, what decreases prices and quality of life. So I think that as our society, people should be really it's something that we can never
I feel like within the model are usually used to keep people unemployed rather than improve people's
Michael, thank you for $5. Thank you so much. Katie, thank you for $9. Yes, I will.
I said that within the Chicago frame, I feel like improvements in science and technology are used more to I'm wiping out. And then how humans use we're taking technology and we're like making it so like artists think like they might be replaced by and like people are like I feel like that's not good.
I don't think that can do that.
Be advised, UAV is active.
One of the biggest issues with the comments will allow for us to have an economically efficient outcome without because we don't have that,
Do you think this is a temporary problem, or do you feel like in the future?
Everywhere. The only time this won't be a problem is take into account all information. That's actually your idea. That's actually one of the original. The enemy holds the lead. Clock ticking. And I also have to deal with it. I don't want to
Tag secure. Kill confirmed.
you know, every return I'm supposed to get ECP. This is actually legitimate to see that. I just want to see how information and how particular splicing mechanisms allow them to without having to know all those facts. I can engage the right economically efficient behavior without knowing all those things. And that's why it's so
Honestly, I feel like before I heard this conversation, I was very much on the communist side, and I was trying to do my beliefs in like the best way possible. I feel like I tried to like find a way to have a conversation about it, but I couldn't see a way to like contribute.
specifically. I'm not really like effective at always responding to DMs.
Confirm that. Tag secure. Kill confirmed. UAV online.
Good enough reason to believe that it would establish. Although I don't like a lot of right, if you compare all the economic models. And it's the hardest thing to come to.
Yeah. Right now, I don't really have any further useful points to bring up, but I would love to continue. Thank you so much for following me.
Very nice. Alright everyone, we're gonna go to the next person. Everyone, we got about 30 minutes live on the Look, everyone. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Friendly UAV on station.
Yo, it's a Palby.
Enemy in the air.
Yo, Ashley, thank you so much for the $100 on Dash.
Return to
Thank
base.
you so much, Ashley. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, you did not need to do that. Thank you so much. Holy shit. Y'all are going absolutely wild today. Y'all are going absolutely wild. Oh, you forgot me. I got you, Katie. I got you. My bad. My brain. My memory is so bad.
Hey, how are you?
What's good? I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. I just wanted to address the guy. I know he was a few guests back, but he was talking about the shots, the COVID shots. So you remember my dad, right? He's like as hardcore right-wing MAGA as you could possibly get. And he's 72 and he got his shots. So I just wanted to, that's all. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad he did. I'm glad because I
Yeah,
mean
me
a lot of surprisingly a lot of Trump supporters are like anti-vaccines, even though Trump was a big proponent of the Operation Warp Speed. So yeah. I'm glad to hear that he did.
He's survived 2 different types of cancer, and so I'm super glad that he got his vaccines. But I was surprised that he got them, and he's also got his boosters, and I was like, what?
I'm happy for that, yeah, because my mom has leukemia right now, and she's like exposed more.
Oh.
So like because of it, like she's like slightly immunocompromised because of it. So like it's like really important for people who have had cancer in the past to do that.
Absolutely. I'm so sorry to hear about you. I lost my life. Well, that's all I wanted to say, because That guy was just like, I think he got booted for misinformation. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah. Well, that's totally true because that's just BS. And I just wanted to let whoever's listening know that the elderly definitely need to get their shots.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on, though, Katie. Thank
Yeah,
you.
for sure. Thanks, Parker.
All right, let's get to the next individual, y'all. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Let's get this next person up here, everyone. I'm new here. W Matt.
Hi, partner.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 23.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
See, after watching your live, now I really don't know, because at first I'm not a Trump supporter whatsoever, but I'm going to be honest, and I'm just, talking off of opinion, so I don't want to get disrespected, but, at the end of the day, just seeing the state of the world, the state of the economy, and honestly seeing that Biden,
Engage and
the
destroy
slurs,
the
I
enemy.
don't know, not the
Covering
actual
all
slurs,
of
but
them.
his wording, you know what I mean? After seeing that, like, I completely went off Biden, just seeing how he's just been treating the world and treating his own citizens, right? And then, I'm going to be honest, only reason I thought about even voting for Trump, besides completely going off on, Biden, I was like, okay, well, Trump cared about giving us $10,000 towards COVID, right? Even though some of us got it illegally, but, it still came in our pocket, or the stimulus check. Like, he cared to help some people out, and that meant something to me.
I mean, didn't Biden do that? Biden gave stimulus checks as well.
I never even knew that. Wait, that was the $1,200, right?
I think he gave it twice.
Oh, see, well, I didn't even get it the second time, but well, that's what I'm saying.
I might be mistaken on that, but yeah. So I know for sure he gave at least one.
Right.
So yeah, he definitely gave stimulus, and then also, I mean, like he gave a lot of other stuff as it relates to American Rescue Plan, Build Back Better. There was infrastructure bill. There was the PACT Act, the CHIPS Act, Inflation Reduction Act. He capped the insulin at $35.
What?
Right.
I'm sorry. Respect, but what inflation? Because the inflation, I have not seen a difference. And on top of it, if you really go deep dive, I'm gonna be honest, like, whether it's a religion thing, whether you believe it or not, at the end of the day, I do not feel comfortable with my tax dollars being used to assist in, another person's business, another person's war. You know what I mean? That's not fair to us. So I feel like we don't get taken care of enough. And at this point, I didn't know if not voting at all was illegal, but at this point, I really did just tend to just honestly not want to vote at all. Because I honestly just don't feel safe under either one. But I did for a split second truly think that I was going to vote for I did, because I was like, okay, well, the world, to me, the economy wasn't this bad. Like, I don't know if it was because I wasn't paying attention as much or what, but from what I've seen personally, I don't think that it was this bad. I've never seen so many people go against Biden. Like, I don't even identify as a Democrat anymore. I identify as I'm not a political party anymore. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely legal to not make sure that's clear. Okay. And the Inflation Reduction Act, which lower prices or something like that. Really, it was about green energy. It was about assistance for federal buildings, distressed borrowers, agriculture. There's plenty of things, specifically like advanced loan protection, technology, manufacturing. Plenty of things that too. Mainly like supply associated, right, for like long-term investments. So it's really about like long-term pricing. It's not more or less like, oh, right now it's going to reduce prices or something. Right. But we have seen disinflation, which disinflation, different from deflation, is just a decrease in the continuous increase in prices. And Robert, good to see you. So we've gone from around, I think it was like 7% inflation to about 3.4% to 3.1% this last annual increase. So it still is increasing in prices, just at a lower level than what it was prior. And we wouldn't want deflation, because deflation would disencourage investment, production, right, and things getting better off, right, moving forward. So what we want to do is we want to decrease, not necessarily decrease prices.
Right.
Does it make sense?
It does make sense, but I feel like the majority of the citizens see more of a decrease in the prices, and I guess
that would come subsequently with decreases in jobs.
Right. Like, do you mean decreases?
Like, there would have to be increase in unemployment for that to be the case.
Is there not
extremely? It's around 8%, which is actually very low.
So there really isn't that bad of a unemployment.
There could be discouraged workers that we could be talking about that's not showing up in our unemployment numbers, but we do actually have
I actually did not know that because obviously based off TikTok, you know, you go on these apps and you see, you know, everybody's talking about being unemployed and all these fake jobs that are being listed and stuff. And that's another problem that I was going to address is like the reason I didn't want to vote for Biden again was because like the amount of people coming back and saying, you know, I even applied to over 1,300 jobs last year and didn't get a single one of them, you know, so it's just like honestly being under I live in Pennsylvania, so I don't know if I'm under Trump's tax law still, but you know what I mean, like all of these things I do not feel safe with either one of them. And if you know, I do trust you because you're very, you know, you seem very smart. But
Maintain the lead.
Biden, like besides this being used and inflation and stuff, like what other reasons should I not vote for Trump, or just should I vote Biden? Like honestly, I just want to feel I don't want to make the wrong decision. I don't know who else is running against us too, but I just don't want to. I'm gonna have to.
That's genuinely my opinion. But what I acknowledge is that we live in a two-party system. It's one or the other. So we're kind of looking for smaller plates of shit, right? Like, think about it this way, right? Trump is 2 plates of shit. Biden is 1 plate of shit. Right? 1 plate of shit or 2 plates of
Obviously, the 1 plate of shit.
Obviously, the 1 plate of shit. So even though you don't want a plate of shit, right?
Yeah.
It's preferable to 2 plates of shit. So my point is that, and then secondly, as it relates to unemployment, yeah, you can look at Fed. Crap. That is the Federal Reserve. From St. Louis Federal Reserve. You can see 3.7% unemployment.
Oh, wow.
See, under Trump's administration, it was up at 14.7%. That was because of COVID. And that's why, like, when people make claims like, oh, right now I attribute it to Biden. Well, you'd have to look at like the environmental outcomes. Like inflation is mainly caused by gas prices based on OPEC limiting the distribution of oil worldwide and from the Russia-Ukraine situation. So that lower supply, same demand is going to increase prices. So that's big influence. I mean, we saw similar increases in inflation, in stagflation, actually greater, and that was due to like an oil embargo issue in the economy. So I do think that gas is responsibility. I think it has a way bigger impact than like saying specifically Biden in office. Because I mean, the spending anyway is determined by Congress. Right?
Well, I appreciate that information and speaking with me.
Have a fantastic day.
You as well.
Why does TikTok keep freezing on me? So it is just the cameras. They do freeze every second. You can still hear my voice, right? It's really annoying because I don't see a fix to it unless I talk to someone from TikTok. Because I've seen the same thing happen to Harry. I've seen the same thing happen to Chris. I've seen the same thing happen to Dean. It's basically happening to everyone. We're to the next person though. Only send a gas request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Keep tapping that screen. Let's run it up to 1 million likes before we do end it. We got 22 minutes left in the live. Is it freezing for me? Okay, wow. It stays that way. I can only see chat when it freezes. Oh, maybe it's something you need to swipe out and then swipe back in for. I don't know. You're We'll see. Yo, what's up?
Yo, I'm 22.
For sure, will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Probably. I actually voted for Biden back in 2020. I guess my perception is kind of changing based on my experience. As my first 4 years being an adult under the Biden administration.
Thank you for the subscription, Donovan.
I wouldn't say it hasn't been a great first 4 years. So I guess my vote would be based off of my personal experience. So, yeah. And I get your point about saying how both Biden and Trump are like bad. But like, in my opinion, I feel like Trump will be a better fit because of his age being younger than Biden and his cognitive function being a little bit better than Biden at the moment. I understand that Trump is a bad person and many other things, but I personally rather have a person that can just objectively do a better job. Even if person, like say, if someone was a murderer, or someone who just like may not be a murderer, but they can't like do a good job at being the president. I'd rather just have the
I was
other.
asking, like, what specifically made him do better? Because if we're qualifying, my life is better off now. Well, I mean, my life is way better off now than it was under Trump's administration, right? I mean, but like, I would see other factors. Like, I'm now working, right?
Right, but what are the main significant things that Biden has necessarily done during his presidency so far? Like compared to Trump as far as like, you know, impact on the society and as far as people being in better positions, you know, comparatively in their terms.
Yeah,
Like,
the American Rescue Plan, Build Back Better, Inflation Reduction Act, the cap on insulin, the CHIPS Act, the PACT Act. We can point to plenty of things. The student loans forgiveness. I mean, I could point to plenty of things I would relate to in terms of policies I would support as it relates to like Biden.
okay,
But
but the vast majority of people like seeing the actual like are they reaping the benefits of these acts being passed like necessarily like I think we can both agree that given the shift of events that's happening as far as 2023 and going into 2024, I think it's fair to say that people are going to most likely shift in the direction of voting for Trump versus Biden because of it's kind of the same effect that happened with Trump and Biden in 2020. People voted for Biden over Trump because all of the things that were going on that kind of fell on Trump that made him seem like the worst president and the worst, person that was running the campaign. And Biden was able to capitalize on that by marketing on Trump's downfall during that period. Like, for example, with the BLM stuff and, COVID coming into play, people just like blamed all the negative things that came from that on Trump, which made Biden's campaign seem a lot more, viable and better, which is why he won the election. And I do disagree with Trump's delusion as far as him thinking that it was rigged. I don't think it was rigged. I just think Trump is simply, delusional in the sense that he didn't realize the impact of social media as far as everybody, kind of switching sides and things like that. So I do think it was because of the clutchness, if you will, of everything falling on Trump is why Biden actually won. But yeah.
So, like you're just saying, people associate the current conditions of the market. Again, I don't think that's the most effective way of doing so, because I don't think that's like really determining what caused these things. But that is what people do. Sure, I'm not going to dispute that. But as it relates to the context of Trump, what's the reason why you want to vote? I understand you may acknowledge reasons why other people are voting, but why are you?
I just don't trust that the country will be in a good place if we have another Biden term, considering his many flaws as far as his capability of continuing to be the president. I mean, there's talks of him,
Like, what's relevantly different amongst Trump and Biden that makes Biden worse?
Well, I'm not necessarily saying Biden's worse as far as like his ability to impact the nation, but I'm saying like his ability to be president and like be able to like run the country properly in his physical and mentally impaired state, it's not suitable. And Trump isn't either. But when you compare the two, Trump's younger, Biden's clearly more older, and he's also like his mental decline is more advanced than Trump's is. So I just think it would be a better better situation if Trump gets elected because.
So it sounds like mental decline. So here's
Yeah.
my question: if it's solely dependent upon mental capacities right now, why aren't you voting for RFK? Deborah, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
Because the simplicity of Trump being back in office, it just seems like like the most simple option and the most likely option. Like I feel like obviously Biden and Trump are going to be the main two candidates again. So I think out of those two, I would just vote for Trump and just call it a day because
Okay, so then here's my point. So by looking at Biden's mental capacities, you're saying because of his mental capacities, that means that it's preferable to vote for a proven sexual abuser, someone who's been lying about the election for the past few years, a fraudster, right? Someone who made a tax policy that went to 83% taxes going to the top 1%. All of those things, right, would be still more preferable to Biden's current mental state.
Well, I understand your point on Trump, being all those things allegedly, whatever like that, but I'd rather have someone that could potentially be all those things, but if he can run the country better and be like for example, when Trump was in office, there wasn't as much regarding the U.S. and other countries in office.
What conflicts are you referencing?
All the wars going on, that that the U.S. has been involved in under Biden's administration. I just think there was less of that.
Like what?
The Palestine, Israel stuff, Ukraine, Russia, all that stuff.
Wait, Palestine, Israel. Why would that have been different under Trump's administration? And then also Ukraine, Russia. Why would that have been different?
Well, I'm not saying it would have been different. I just don't think, if Trump was.
Wait, if it wouldn't have been different, how do we grant responsibility to Biden for that?
Well, it most likely would have been different because, like I said, and everything like that.
Why would it most likely have been different?
Well, I remember reading something about how Trump under Trump's administration, the U.S. gave less money to Israel than what Biden has in the current state. So,
sure. But that's due to environmental circumstances like October 7th, right? Actually, the funding came prior. So as it relates to this, I do take that back. So my point would be is that under the context of Trump's administration, give me any reason to believe that the funding would have been less.
well, I've read a report that it was Trump, under Trump's administration, the U.S. gave less money than what Biden has currently given to.
Yeah, I think that's environmental though, right?
Why
Can you give me any reason it would have been lower under Trump? Because I agree, proportionally every year it was lower, not the overall number, but
Well, regardless of the reasoning, you have to obviously be aware that the majority of people aren't going to, view it that way. Not everyone may have the facts. So I think it is.
I'm asking about the way you're viewing it. I understand other people might view it differently. I'm
The
asking
way
about
I'm
you.
viewing it is kind of like what the majority of people would view it. I just see it like it is. I'm not a.
Wait, even if it's an ineffective way of looking at it? Because just because the majority of, if you think about it that way, I think that's ridiculous. Because 1930s Germany, would you have thought similarly to Nazis?
No, I would have looked at what was presented as far as facts, but I'm saying the vast majority of people in this case have looked at it like, the U.S. is, giving money to people who are, causing those bad things to happen. And that all of that blame is falling on Biden, just like similarly in 2020, where all the bad stuff is happening, and that's on Trump, which is why people voted for Biden, because Biden looked like the better option at that time when, because everything was happening. Everyone was shifting in that direction. Just naturally because people wanted, everybody thought Trump was racist and all these things, and Biden was a fresh.
Do you think Trump isn't racist?
Enemy soldier incoming.
I haven't seen any examples of him being racist. I just always thought that.
Really? I'll bring up a few right now. So Trump talking about Mexican people coming across the border. He's saying they aren't sending their best. They're rapists. They're criminals. Right? Some I assume are good people. When he says some, right, does some indicate a majority or a minority of people?
some means like partial.
Like a minority, right?
Yeah, minority.
Right. So imagine saying, right, about any group of people that a minority you assume are good people. Right. If we said that about women, right, some I assume are good people, right? Mm-hmm. Would you consider that a sexist?
Enemies
statement?
dropping into the AO.
Not really.
No. Even though you're referring to a minority of individuals.
Are you saying like women as like all together as a whole?
Yeah.
If it was pointed at all of like everyone in that particular group, then yes, I would consider it.
Okay, so
Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
Not a racist statement.
What Trump?
Dust off.
Trump
We're up
saying
in
that
3
there's some bad
mics.
people
Let's
and some
move.
good people.
No,
There
he
we
said
are.
some I assume are good people.
Head shed gave
He
the green
assumes they're good
light.
people.
We're deploying you to the front
Which
lines.
is again referring
You're
to a
up.
minority.
Grab your
individuals.
shoots. You are cleared hot on all threats. Watch
I
your
wouldn't
ass
say that's
down there.
necessarily racist.
No?
No.
Okay. So if
I'll
I'm
see you on the other
referring
side.
to, any group of people, right, say for example, right, say people coming
Resurgence.
from
Survive and your
from,
team can
Canada,
redeploy.
right?
Eliminate targets
And I
to bring them
say
back
some I
faster.
assume are good people. You don't think that's a messed up statement? You're referring to minority of individuals?
Let's hit this LZ
Yeah,
first.
Canada is a whole country.
Cancel my last.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Minority, but
No, the some word is indicating a minority.
no, he's saying. Oh yes, he's saying the majority of people is bad.
Isn't that like an assumption that a majority of people are bad from Canada?
Yeah, that's technically an assumption, but
Okay, so in the same way that's an assumption about people from Canada that a majority are bad. Well, then he was also talking about the people coming from Mexico, that he's assuming a majority are bad because only some are good people. Does that make sense?
well, I don't think he was, referring to the country as a whole. I think he was referring to the people who are illegally crossing the border and getting to the United States. And out of that group of people, he's saying majority of them are bad because they're illegally crossing in the United States. And majority of those people.
Wait, undocumented immigrants are less likely to commit crime than natural-born U.S. citizens as it relates to violent crime, multiple times less likely.
And how do you know that?
Based upon what's it called? What's the fucking PNAS.org. You go up PNAS.org, and then right after that put undocumented migrants less likely to commit crime in the context of Texas. And there are plenty of other sources that can relate to you outside the context of Texas that compare. It's just the PNAS. It's just
Enemy
a really
marked.
good reputable institution.
Okay,
And Boss Babe, how am I pivoting?
So you're basing that
rifle here. Disregard
viewpoint on that particular article and source.
Hostile counter UAV overhead.
Mm-hmm.
Sniper rifle here.
Okay, so basically, what you're saying is since Trump made
Wait, so boss, wait, hold on, we need to talk to the comments. Boss, do you think that a majority of people who are coming here undocumented are bad people? I could say the same thing to you, actually, by the way. Do you think a majority of people who are coming here on
Sniper rifle marked.
are bad people?
Be advised, enemies deployed a buy station.
I mean, that would be my opinion, but I would probably say yes and no. I think it's a even amount. I think there's people that come across that are going to do crime, and there's people that are
Would
not.
you say that about natural?
You're losing ground. Move it. Enemies deployed a counter UAV.
Because they're more likely to commit violent crime.
Based on what?
Friendly mortar strike on the way.
And where did they get their
Most
data
wanted
from?
contract right here.
This is in Texas.
Hostile counter UAV
So you
overhead.
think natural-born Texas citizens are more likely to commit crime than
Violent crime, but multiple times more likely.
that doesn't change the fact
Your
that
squad made it to the safe zone. Enemy squad
doesn't-
hunting you.
Between
Stay sharp.
undocumented immigrants, legal immigrants, and native-born U.S. citizens in Texas.
Hostile Guardian
okay,
has
that
been
doesn't change the
deployed.
fact that the people who are crossing
Hostile
are still
Guardian is
likely
active.
to commit violent crime as well.
Gas mask
Like,
here.
They're less likely.
But they
Appreciate
still,
the hand art. Thank you so
Enemies
much.
deployed a counter
they still
UAV.
do. So that's
Hostile
whole
counter
point is
UAV
that-
overhead.
what Trump is, I assume what Trump is saying when he says those things is that we don't want any more unnecessary violence and stuff going on from people getting into the country.
Meg, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much, Meg. Can you read this for me?
You got a loadout drop inbound.
Okay.
Located a UAV. We've got 10 squads active in the field.
Hostile Guardian has been deployed.
Yeah, I completely understand that. But what I was saying was that doesn't change the fact that the people who are crossing also aren't going to, commit violent crimes as well. Like, that's just an addition to what's already going on. So it's not about who's more likely to. It's just a matter of minimalizing what goes, like the amount of crime that's there. They're coming here.
Okay, so then we should get rid of tourism. Because tourism increases crime.
No,
Enemies
well, that's
deployed a
different.
counter-UAV.
That's
how is that different?
Because tourism, people come over. Like when you are a tourist, you visit a country for different purposes than that, and the majority of people.
Yeah, but it increases crime.
And you also,
aren't we trying to minimize crime?
But you also do it legally as well.
25
like,
remain.
people crossing
Solid
the border
work so
legally.
far.
That's the whole thing. Tourism is legal,
Hostiles
and
deploy the
people
mosquito.
do it through legal means. Like people go to countries and tour and be tourists.
I'm not. Yeah. So by the way, we should make our systems faster as it relates to immigration. Like it shouldn't take 5 to 7 years on average. That's crazy, right? And by the way, I only have a few more minutes on the lot.
Friendly mortar strike inbound.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just wrap up my final statements.
Oh
but-
no, you can go over another thing.
But
Hostile mosquito is online.
yeah, I just feel like, as far as that, what was your last point of first?
Undocumented migrants are less likely to commit crime than natural-born U.S. citizens.
Yeah, I just don't think there's a point in making that comparison or statistic.
Requesting
regardless
close
of
air.
that, there's still
Target
gonna
marked.
be more crime committed in the U.S. when people are crossing than people are not. So that's just
The enemy is no longer tracking you. You lost them.
Moving.
Yeah, but again, in the same way that you just said that it would still happen regardless.
Gas is
regardless
moving.
If we have tourism. So that's the point I'm referencing, is that you don't want to get rid of tourism for the same reason
Hostiles
that you would
deploy the
want to get rid
mosquito.
of,
well, there's all sorts of
Be
things that
advised, you still have
crime
squad
rate
mates
will
outside the safe zone.
or undocumented
How would that decrease crime?
Yeah, so if there are more people coming into the country that commit crime at lower rates, that means since there's more people and they're committing crime at lower rates, on the average. Does that make sense?
Kind of, but
Yeah. So think about it this way, right? You're in a room with a bunch of people of different ages. So a bunch of people come in the room who are 15. Is that going to pull down the average age of the classroom?
if there's more people in the class that is 15, yeah.
Yeah. So it'll pull down the average. Same way that if there are more people that come to the country have a lower crime rate, it will pull down the average crime rate.
Squad mates redeploying.
Basically,
Well
you're
done.
saying the illegal immigrants is better people than natural-born Americans.
As it relates to violent crime, yes.
Okay, so that's, I guess, a fair point.
So you were saying most people.
Fire sale active. Buy station prices
It's a
have
wrong
been
claim. I think
reduced.
It's a crazy claim because then, by that same reasoning, well, then most Americans are.
Enemy
black
buy station deployed.
people. And I don't think you believe that.
I mean, yeah, I don't really necessarily believe that per se, but as far as it relates to my belief,
There's a
and my
bounty on
choice
your
to
head.
vote for
Eliminate enemies
Trump,
and secure
though, like,
supply
getting back to
caches
that
to
point,
get rid of it.
I just haven't
Your
seen
squad mate's
any
back on
significant
station.
change as
Good
far as
work.
a beneficiary for me and the people in my community as well that has occurred under Biden's administration, in comparison to Trump. Like, for example, like I've seen, like, just like this is based off personal experience, and I think that is a factor that should be valued as an opinion.
Resurgence window is ending.
I've seen
Watch your six.
my personal family struggle more these most recent times in the last 4 years than they've struggled before under Trump, and let's say even Obama as well, since Biden became president. So
Gas is
that's
closing
also
in.
something that's influencing my vote as well.
Yeah, just because things are worse or better off doesn't indicate that it was caused by Biden or by Trump specifically.
that
You
is-
have to give reason to believe that this is the case. It can't just be the case that one is
All
associated
squad
with
members
the
are
other,
in the
right?
safe zone.
Well, I get what you're saying, like and like saying stuff like this, how you say
Fire sales
inflation
over.
isn't Biden's
Adjusting
fault.
prices.
Moving.
And I've heard you give that same answer to a lot of people on here, but that's similar to saying, like say for example, my car insurance provider, like if I call them and complain that my rate went up, they always give me the same excuse. Oh, rates in the area are going up due to this and that factor. But if I sit there and I switch companies, my rate is lower. So it's not really
I don't see the comparison.
it's the same comparison, because you're saying that inflation is not Biden's fault.
It's all on you.
But when
Stay
Trump
alive so your
was
squad
president,
can redeploy.
it wasn't. Since Biden became president,
So,
Five
so
squads
the thing
still
is,
operational in the
correlation
AO.
causation.
Less than 25 were still standing. They hit us hard that time.
Right.
Let's regroup and get back up there, yep.
If you want to relate the
Resurgence has
context
closed. No more second
of the
chances.
situation as it relates to like
Hostile Guardian is active.
there's 14.7% unemployment, the second most since the Great Depression. Do you think that was caused by Trump?
Yeah.
Right? You think that was caused? Okay. In the same way that you identify outside causes as it relates to the context of this unemployment rate, is the same way that when I look at an inflation, right, I look at outside causes.
Well, we're not talking about unemployment here. We're talking about inflation, which is clearly shown to go up since Biden.
Dude, come on, you understand what I was comparing there, right?
Right, but still, the thing still stands. It goes back to the comparison that I made with the insurance. Like, my rate is lower with a different person, just like inflation was lower with Trump was in office. Like, I get those other factors that come into play behind the scenes, but from a person looking at it from a point blank perspective,
Yeah, that's irrational, okay? Tyro, the whole point I'm telling you is that the way you're looking at it is irrational. It's called the correlation causation fallacy. Appreciate the cat, thank you so much. It's a logical fallacy. It's bad reasoning.
Well, most people.
And I was showing you it was bad reasoning by giving you an example in Trump's administration. And you dispute it in Trump's administration, but you don't dispute it now as it relates to Biden because it helps you.
Well, most people just would view it like that. Like, even like coming, like me as someone who voted for Biden, I can detect that difference and make that a reason why I'm changing my opinion, because my personal experience has been different based on Biden's presidency versus when Trump was in office. So that's why I'm basing that. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I understand that these other factors behind the scenes, like, are coming into play here, but the majority of people aren't going to look at it that way, and that's just the reality. That's not. That's just the average, American and average person willing to change their opinion based off something they read versus something they.
Subscription, Camille. Thank you so much. Yeah. So is there anything else you want to talk about?
Not necessarily. I was just saying, yeah, I voted for Biden in 2020, and I'm just based off those things.
I definitely think you shouldn't. I think that's bad reasoning as it relates to causation fallacy, but I
Thank you.
All right. Have a fantastic day, man.
Too.
Yo, thank you for that mustache. We're gonna get off for tonight, everyone. I do appreciate everyone who did come on today. Should we send everyone over to another live, or should I just go on my... Actually, send everyone to Emily's live real quick. Everyone look up Emily Talks 2.0. We're gonna spam her live real quick, everyone. Everyone look up
Friendly
Emily
mosquito
Talks. Spam Parker Raid, spam Love and Parker, everyone. Emily Talks 2.0. Spam Parker Raid, spam Love and Parker, everyone. Emily Talks 2.0. Spam Parker Raid, spam Love and Parker, everyone. Let's blow her live real quick to help her get some debate. Everyone. Emily Talks 2.0. Spam Parker Raid, spam love from Parker, y'all. Love everyone so much. Have a fantastic night, everyone. Good night, y'all. My second account's Parker Needs a Job if you want to look it up.
Friendly UAV online. Our counter UAV is active. Enemy UAV active.
Enemy in the AO. 6.
Confirmed. We've secured the lead. The enemy's taken the lead. Hostile UAV in the area. Kill confirmed. Tag secure. Kill confirmed. The enemy holds the lead. Clock ticking. Enemy UAV active. Hostiles deployed a remote turret. Notch one. Hostile Wilson in the area. Kill confirmed. UAV in the area. Friendly UAV on station. Enemy UAV active. Remaining. Friendly UAV online. Confirm that one. 30 seconds remain. Hostile UAV in the area. Remaining. Notch one. Mission failed. Return to base.
Hardcore team deathmatch. Engage and destroy the enemy. We've secured the lead. We've lost the lead. Friendly UAV online.
Reloading. I'm reloading. Destroy the target. Blast incoming! Decoy out. Blast! Watch out! Incoming! Take it back. Destroy the target. Taking charge! Here we go!
Friendly UAV online.
Flyover.
Switching mags!
Friendly remote turret active. Friendly UAV on station.
They tagged it! Destroy the target.
Friendly UAV online. We're overwhelmed. Keep it this way.
Double!
Friendly Overwatch Helo inbound. Enemy UAV active. Friendly remote turret deployed. Friendly UAV on
Destroy the
station.
target. Gotcha, bitch! Here we go!
We have secured the field. Mission accomplished. Hardcore. Domination. Secure and hold the objectives. With Charlie secure.
Change the mags! Destroy the target.
Enemy securing Bravo.
Gun incoming! Night, night!
Enemy taking Bravo.
Destroy the target.
Enemy securing Bravo. We've lost Bravo. Securing objective Bravo.
Switching
We're
mag.
losing Charlie. We're taking Bravo.
Target dead. Destroy the target. Drop the bomb.
The enemy has captured 2 objectives. Get
Setting
them
charge.
secure. Securing objective Bravo.
Stun grenade. Here we go.
We control Bravo. Enemies taking Bravo. Enemies securing Charlie. Hostile UAV
Reload.
in the area. Hostile
Fighting
drone is
charge.
active. Friendly UAV online. Enemies securing Bravo. We're losing Charlie. They're taking Alpha. Enemy securing Charlie. We control Alpha. The enemy took Charlie. We're taking Bravo. Objective Bravo secure. Friendly Mosquito active.
Dump them.
Friendly UAV
Destroy
on
the
station.
stun incoming.
Enemies taking Bravo. We control 2 objectives.
Incoming. Stun grenade. Grenade. Stun incoming.
Enemies securing Bravo.
Target down. I'm reloading.
UAV standing by.
Someone up there likes me. Requesting recon flyover.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
Enemies taking Bravo. We have taken the lead. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Hostile airstrike near your location.
Be advised, UAV.
Securing objective Bravo. Friendly remote turret active. Enemy UAV active. We're taking Bravo. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy bomb drone in the area.
Got you covered.
Changing mags. Reload.
Securing objective Bravo. We're taking Charlie. We are losing Alpha. Enemy UAV active. All objectives are held by the enemy. Objective Charlie secure. We're taking Bravo. We're losing Charlie. Securing objective Alpha.
What's your block?
Alpha secure. Objective Charlie is compromised. Get it back.
Changing mags. Gotcha, bitch.
Securing
I'm reloading.
objective Bravo. The enemy holds 2 objectives. Secure those positions.
Here we go!
We're taking Bravo. Hostile UAV in the area.
Setting charge! Incoming!
Enemy in the area.
Securing objective Charlie. Charlie secure. Enemies taking Alpha. Lost Alpha.
Flash! Incoming! Here we go! Taking effective fire! I just gotta catch my breath. Ugh.
Enemy securing Charlie. The enemy has captured 2 objectives. Securing objective Bravo. We control Bravo. Friendly UAV online. Enemy securing Bravo.
Check fire!
We've lost Bravo. We're taking Alpha. We control Alpha. We're losing Charlie. The enemy took Charlie. We're taking Bravo.
Switching mags! Changing mags.
Securing objective Bravo. Objective Bravo secure.
Got you covered.
We're losing Alpha. Enemies taking Bravo. Friendly UAV on station. We secured 2 objectives.
I'm reloading.
Enemies securing Bravo. Friendly Mosquito deployed. Enemies taking Alpha. Enemies taking Bravo. Friendly remote turret deployed. We're taking Bravo. Friendly cruise missile deployed. Enemy UAV active. We're losing ground. We're taking Charlie. Securing objective Bravo. We're losing Alpha. Objective Charlie secure. Objective Alpha is compromised. Get it back. Mission compromised.